Travelers on the Omnibus occasionally touches on mature subject matter with mature language. As such, audience discretion is advised. Welcome to Travelers on the Omnibus, the very 200th regular episode of this show. This is a field trip through nerd and pop culture, and my name's James McCarthy.
I'm Brady Davis.
I'm Jody Kite.
And I'm Ethan Skinner.
You know, that song wouldn't exist if David Bowie hadn't wrote Space Oddity.
You know, Plastic Bertrand has a version of that song called Major Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all in French, and I believe it's the original.
That guy, much like most of the people that were on top of the pops, didn't sing any of his songs and lip synced them. And I don't mean like he recorded them with his own voice. That didn't happen either.
What was the one? It was the Nirvana. It was
Nirvana.
The Nirvana one is like one of my
Nirvana.
favorite things.
Yeah, but at least that was their song though that they recorded.
Yeah.
So
there's that one, and there's also the was it the Mamas and the Papas, where one of them is just like eating a banana?
Michelle Fairley, I think. But yeah, she's
They were
eating a
saying
banana. She's
California-
eating a banana the whole
Kind
time.
of California Dreaming, and she's eating a banana.
what? Right.
Yeah,
Like while she's
that's punk rock right there. And it was
nobody will understand why we're talking about this because you hit play.
Yeah, after I did that.
you
Yeah.
did that.
yeah.
So that's great.
Fantastic.
Really quickly, so every episode where we start out, the countdown I do is the countdown starts 4, 3, and then the first time in 200 times on a regular episode, I just decided to continue the song a little bit more after that, just to throw everybody off and get everybody in a random, fun, and good time. We're going to be talking about 5 years and 200 plus rest stops and omnibus hitchhikers and a whole bunch of other stuff that may just come up as the stuff happens. But yes, Ethan Skinner,
Yes.
recent father. What have you been up to? Don't mention the baby.
Not that much.
Been like 3 months of looking for a carton of milk and a pack of cigarettes. Yeah.
Jeez. Minus the cigarettes. I don't smoke, so we
Yeah.
gotta get that straight.
No.
Give
That's
it,
when we know.
give it another
That's
year.
when
Those other fathers did either.
Yeah, that's when
Yeah.
we know he's actually abandoned. That's the actual trigger word.
There you go.
I just go out for a carton of milk. That's it.
There you go.
But no, past 3 months have been the most sleep deprived and amazing times of my life.
Yep. That's about how it goes.
No amount of words that I speak can basically tell how much I love my kid.
What about this?
As smooth as a man selling bricks, even smoother.
Nice.
Smoother.
I guess.
Nice.
But everything's just amazing.
You know you love something when no sleep and no sex is also involved in that thing.
Yeah.
You're barely eating and you don't do anything.
I've woken up many times in the middle of the night just unaware of where I am.
Yeah.
And all I know is, gotta change diaper, change diaper.
Change diaper.
But everything about it is amazing, and I love it so much.
Well, that's good.
Have
That's
you gotten
good.
to this point yet?
I use a little bitch.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's going to be a thing tonight, passengers. My apologies. Actually, also to travelers, I guess. Also, my apologies.
It's good that he's finally getting that neck strength up where he can hold that head up. He was
Oh,
wobbling for a little while.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks, 2 weeks old, he was already kind of like moving his head around, looking everywhere. I'm like, you're not supposed to do this
He was
till
just
like
kind
2
of
and a half.
flopping everywhere.
Yeah.
The first time I saw him.
Now Ethan's just like, why won't you sleep?
This button says grandmother.
Oh, God.
Really hot
Sure.
grandmother scares me.
That is very fair.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, my
I don't
God.
I don't even know that was referencing.
I
don't
no
remember
idea.
anything.
That might have been AI. I don't even know.
I have
Shit.
no idea.
But yeah,
Jeff Bezos.
he's so big.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
much
yeah.
larger
Yes.
than
Well,
like,
stop
an average.
feeding him.
Yeah.
That'll
That's the only way to
cure
stop
that
it.
Yeah, you know
problem.
what fixes that? Malnutrition.
That's the only way to stop the crying.
Just in case people don't.
No.
That's the only
The crying
good
will
way.
eventually stop.
This button says apology. Let's see what this will do for us.
That was way more condescending than
Yeah.
I meant it to be.
That's all good.
So I apologize.
No, that's
was
definitely
exactly as
something. That's
condescending.
exactly what
just
Brady
checking.
would say.
Just checking.
Yeah.
We went to the doctor's for his 2-month checkup.
Sure.
His head size
Uh-huh.
is in the like 40 centimeters the 90th percentile of all.
Don't let him near any
Steampunk
yellow
owners.
lantern rings.
With the Sinestro reference.
Or is that a Green Lantern, the Ryan Reynolds movie reference where the dude gets a gigantic head?
That was more
Yeah.
of the Ryan Reynolds.
Sinestro also has
he
a
had
giant
a big
forehead.
head, but the
Why-
other
why
guy
not
gets the
both?
bigger head.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah. Hector Hammond.
Yeah.
Man.
As the resident Green Lantern.
I just
expert,
have a
but no-
trailer for the new show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm super excited for it.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Ought to
Hell
be-
yeah, Cal Chandler is
I have-
Ought to be
Hal
interesting.
Jordan
I
is
have
phenomenal.
seen nothing.
It's
about-
called
dude,
Lanterns.
I know it's called Lanterns. I've seen
Yeah.
nothing about it.
I've seen so many
I
trailers
haven't watched a whole lot of trailers
for the past week with
Yeah, I-
Comic-Con. I've seen so many trailers.
We have a live studio audiences. We have Jason Holder, who will be part of the thank yous later. Spoilers, but yes, he's here, and he showed me something that was funny, and I gave him a thumbs up.
Nice.
I tried to not distract the audience or
You
the
failed.
player.
Yeah,
and
we
I
never
failed
distract
miserably.
ourselves or the audience
Yeah.
any way, shape, or fashion.
Yeah, you know who doesn't like that? Brady.
Don't like that at all.
See, you just
Yeah.
the way it is.
Besides baby stuff, light video games here, some magic stuff there. Not as much magic.
I want to talk about this
I-
bullshit idea that you've engaged in.
No,
where
no,
you
no, no.
and-
It's not.
and-
It's not bullshit. Okay,
is-
it's not bullshit.
It's under kitchen table magic.
Yeah. Yeah, it's for $25, or if you were to change that to cents,
quarters.
and then it was so building a deck of commander decks for under $25,
Including Commander, because
Including
most
the
of these
Commander.
challenges would be like, okay, Commander excluded, and that's when I would go Angus McKenzie and just
Yeah.
a bunch of fogs.
No.
It's actually really fun. Like I was enjoying actual deck building. 'Cause
Yeah.
I-
Constant Mists was like 25 cents when I first bought it. Can I reference that payment? Then I would do it.
Yeah.
Really and truly, all the cards are like 10 cents because they're just cardboard. I'll just so yeah, boom.
it was
100 Teferi's protections.
Oh man.
it felt nice not having to like set aside like $30 per card to make
Well,
the
yeah.
deck good. And
Well, when the goal is just to build a deck that you think maybe have some synergy to the version of I'm building a deck because I want this to happen when I build this deck, and I also want to win. You don't care about if you're building a $25 deck. I hope you don't care about trying to win games.
Yeah.
What does Angus McKenzie do that makes fog?
He
Fog.
He paid he costs like whatever. I can't remember his.
Bant.
He's Bant, and then you pay Bant and tap him, and he fogs.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
and
Is
he's
it
also
fog?
like on the reserve list. So he's
Okay.
like $200.
Oh, yeah, that
Isn't
makes
it
sense.
fog from one specific source, or is it all sources?
No, it prevents all combat damage that would be dealt this turn.
Gotcha.
It's just a fog on a dude.
Yeah.
Would you say that character?
I spawned in mustard gas.
Maybe.
yeah,
There you go.
100%.
There you go.
Mustard gas is a type of fog.
There you go.
Yes.
Nice.
Can't really see through it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or breathe through it.
Yeah. Especially that one.
Yeah.
Besides the magic stuff, light video game stuff, Palworld 1.0 came out.
Nice.
I've been playing that with
Nintendo can't stop it.
They cannot. I've been playing that with my brothers and James Throne, a good personal friend of mine.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's really just been it. Baby magic video games work. That's it.
Baby magic.
Baby magic, yes.
Which is a lot of work sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there's this guy across from me. We haven't been we saw each other like last month. And
That's
then
true. It's been a while.
So Jody
Yeah, we see
Kite.
Jody almost as much as we've seen Ethan.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yes, that's
That's
entirely
true.
fair.
I was sick for almost 3 weeks, and then work schedules for everybody didn't really
Yeah.
coalesce in us being able to do this more regularly recently. So, yeah. Hey guys, what's happening? I've been watching way too much fucking television and movies and shit. I watched Caught Stealing, which is the movie
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to see that one.
with what's his name who played
Elvis.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Austin Butler.
Austin
Austin Butler.
Zoe
Yeah.
Kravitz.
Yeah.
Matt
Yeah.
Smith in a mohawk.
the LeBaron or whatever his name is.
Which for like a point in his life was his natural form.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you a heads up on Caught Stealing. I liked it mostly. The problem with that movie, in my personal opinion, is that it takes some really odd choices with characters during certain parts when you have like something really heavy happen, like there's tonal choices that just don't really kind of click with me. Like you know, you have the initial thing, you know, that happens, which if you see in the trailer, you already like he comes across something he shouldn't come across, and there's like multiple different people are trying to get it right. It's just like a MacGuffin, right? Could be money, could be drugs, who knows, right?
Very a simple plan.
Could
kind
be
of
any,
premise.
yeah, any sort of like Billy Bob Thornton finds money in a plane with Bill Paxton situation. But the problem for me comes when the movie,
You know that genre of movies. Billy Bob Thornton finds money on a plane with Bill Paxton.
yeah,
That's my favorite section of the video store.
right.
Genre so good they did it once, and it's like, well,
Let's do it again.
we can't really do it with this equipment,
Right. So again, like, yeah, the movie turns into like, it goes from like a serious, like, you know, on the run, like heist kind of situation to about like midway, they decide to try and like shoehorn in some like Guy Ritchie, Tarantino-esque kind of goofiness to it.
I would argue the best Guy Ritchie situations are things that people are shoehorned into.
Well, in this situation, not so much because
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Nobody really wanted to necessarily be there.
yeah, well, yeah, most of everything happened in that movie due to coincidence, but it was written well. So, but again, I would probably say I would give it like a rental. You know, out of the go to the theater, buy it, rent it. I would say you could rent it or watch it free on streaming, and it's. You know, the acting carries most of it because like some of the writing, some of the plot, but anyway,
I was interested because I liked the people in it, and I generally like Darren Aronofsky movies, but I also like he hasn't like wowed me recently. So
yeah, like when you watch it, we should talk about it because I want to hear what you like have to say about like the choices they made, and you'll know what I'm saying. Like the tonal shift, it happens like 1/3 in, like 30 minutes in, maybe 40 minutes in. There's like a heavy shift that goes like really dark, and then it takes another shift where it starts turning another way, and it's just like I don't know, man. A movie I was pleased with, and I've been pleased with this whole franchise, and I should be because most of the time, video game properties are typically trash, even some of the newer ones. I am looking forward to the new Resident Evil movie, but I watched Sonic 3.
okay,
Sonic 3, they just keep layering like, you know, better and better on these Sonic movies. The first one was really good. You know, if you're going to have a video game character in the real world, you really got to make it sense, you know, make sense or whatever. And it really worked in the first movie. And then the second movie came out, and I saw that, and I didn't think I was going to like it, but I mean, they turned a meme into an actual character. Uganda Knuckles, you know, Knuckles had that voice, you know, which is pretty like, you know, show me the way. And then the third one had like way more heart than the other two. Like these movies have had like really good like emotional story tugs, but this one really, they really punched it hard. Like, because like Shadow's the main like, you know, character in this one. And so his backstory is really interesting, really depressing and sad. But again, it's a Sonic movie. So I would say watch it. I'm pretty sure it was on Netflix, I want to say. I know the second one is, so it's probably on Netflix, either Netflix or Prime.
The Knuckles series, I believe, was on Peacock.
Right, but the movies...
No, but I'm right. It's kind of like all like with a lot of streaming.
Right,
some of it's just all over
especially
the place.
Paramount and Universal. Those movies get hoarded out everywhere. Like like all the Jurassic Park movies are on Netflix.
I know 3 is on Paramount.
Okay, well, it was on Prime. It might also be on Prime because I watched it for free last week on something.
It is on Prime.
Yeah, there you go. So watch those.
And to think we would not have 2 and 3 if they did not fix 1 after.
Yeah, that would have failed miserably.
yeah.
They made Sonic look like Sonic. Congratulations! I'm glad you figured that out.
Yeah, the internet and people.
I really wish they wouldn't have had to like overwork all the people who worked on that to get to that. That
I mean, I'm glad they at least they even made Ugly Sonic a joke in the first movie. They kept that character for something, and
Chip and Dale.
Well, no,
and
it's
then
Chip and Dale.
Oh,
Chip and Dale
Chip and- that's
movie.
what it was.
Ugly Sonic was.
That's
in that.
what it. That's what it was. I remember seeing them in something.
Yeah.
And then what was the other thing I watched outside of the millions of things that I've been doing the past month? Oh yeah, He-Man, Masters of the Universe.
That's on Prime. I need to watch
It is on Prime. So I saw a lot of people I like knowing what other people think sometimes about certain things. It's funny, out of all of the, we've talked about these guys before, but we'll just say, instead of giving anybody any name, the negative space of critics and reviews that typically
Chuds.
people that have platforms also,
Chuds with platform.
platform.
Chuds
Yeah,
with
yeah.
platform.
I'm like, it depends. I get it sometimes. It's a little too much most of the time though, but I get it. It's like I'm 50-50 on some of what people are saying on certain things. Nobody said anything about He-Man.
They tried to, but then they went away. I usually keep my ear to the ground with these fucking twats.
There's really the thing about He-Man is in this, of course, in the scope of I always compare this to the original G.I. Joe movie, because it sucked, but here's the thing. They're smart when they say people go in with the expectations thinking that this is going to be based off of a cartoon. It's never based off of a cartoon. It's based off of the toys.
Yeah.
It's based off the characters, and some of the backstory of the characters is going to be there. Mainly because I think, and outside of G.I. Joe had a little bit of Marvel stuff, but He-Man started being they had that background comic book stuff for He-Man. So there's an actual backstory with the characters from the toy line. And that's what they based the cartoon off, of course, but they based the movie off of the original story that was in the original toy line. And I think they did a really good job with it. It's not, I'm not going to hype it up and say it's the best thing ever. I'm not even going to say that it's better than the original Masters of the Universe movie, because here's the thing about that movie. It's not really as bad as people think it is if you go back to it. And think if they made it now and it was the exact same movie, but they inserted music into certain parts of the movie that made it feel like it's a little bit more epic than it is, probably would have worked. Maybe not with the Land Rover thing they had in there. That thing was fucking stupid looking. But mostly it was okay, especially the makeup on some of the characters on the
Frank
80s.
Langella's Skeletor is fucking amazing.
I think the biggest criticism of the original one was that it mostly takes place in a California town,
in a suburb of California.
Yeah.
They did the smart thing where they did the okay, well, you have Adam, he's in, as an adult, he's in the real world. What they don't show in the trailers, they show you the first 15 or 20 minutes of the movie is in Eternia.
Yeah.
You have that, and then he's got to leave because Skeletor shows up. But they didn't do the, and this is going to be a little bit probably of a spoiler. Maybe he never doesn't think that he's not who he is. There is no dumb amnesia thing where he forgot who he was at 10 and he wakes up and he's an adult and he doesn't know who he is anymore. Fuck that. He thinks he's He-Man and he thinks he's Prince Adam of Eternia, and he tells everybody how awesome Eternia is and people go, hey dude, you're a little obsessed with these swords, okay? Because he works an office job, and she's like, "You've got to stop with the swords. We got things to do."
I mean, a dude who's really into swords, that is a red flag,
right? For sure. But we spend a majority of the
you
time.
can like swords. You can like swords. Don't get me wrong. But if you're too into swords,
yeah.
If you're really into swords,
yeah.
That's a man. We're gonna keep our eye on you.
Yeah, you should probably build Gundams or something. But we spend maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15, 20 minutes on Earth. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. We're in eternity pretty much the whole movie. So they figured that shit out. They're like, we can't be, this is boring. Otherwise, what are we doing? So
Do you
I like
think
the
that
choice.
was just there for a nod to the original movie?
What's that?
To have that section on Earth. just as a kind of a nod to the original movie, and just kind of like, hey, tip of the cap.
I think it was so. In the cartoon there was a duality of Prince Adam and He-Man, and that's what I felt like, because like on Earth he wears like a button-up pink shirt and tan pants, which is like sort of what he was wearing like as regular Prince Adam on Eternia on the He-Man show, and then when became He-Man, the thing happens.
I think it's also an easy way to do a call to adventure. Where
no, it's fair,
because if he's just because in the original show it's just he was Prince Adam, then he becomes He-Man, and there's not really like he just discovers Castle Grayskull, and then he's He-Man, and then for some reason he has to hide his identity. I don't know why. But that's like but there's no like real arc that he has.
Right. There's
because again it was they were 30-minute commercials.
I'm not gonna go into it because I don't want to give away too much, but there's a backstory for everything. They explain everything, and they add some stuff to make things make more sense as well. So there it is. I like what they did with the comedy. They kept it very lean and it was more character driven. There would be a character that would say a couple of things, and that would be it. It doesn't hurt that Idris Elba plays Man at Arms.
Yeah.
So that also helps having a couple of named people, involved in everything. And I think Jared Leto should just do voice work from now on. Because
that was the thing. I was actually kind of excited about the movie until I saw him, and I was like, God fucking damn it.
But Skeletor or CGI, and they just
at the very least you don't gotta see fucking Jared
it doesn't
Leto
even
the
sound
whole
like him
fucking
because
time.
they augmented his voice too.
Yeah.
Like it sounds.
I've seen some little short scenes of him, and I was like, well, that
it
doesn't
sounds
sound like him
nothing like him.
You can just pretend that it's someone else.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
I heard Allison Brie is evil, and like
I've heard she is really good.
She is pretty good at it. She's pretty good at it. Again, the original movie had its perks. Like what's her name from Cheers as Evil Lynn? I mean, I was like 12 when that movie came out, or no, I was like 15. But anyway, so He-Man Masters, go see it. Watch it. Don't go see it. Watch it in your home because it's streaming on Prime. But yeah, it's good. It's good. It's like out of the. I'd say it's a pretty good type for me. Like probably like Sonic. Sonic 3 was more of a very well written story, but the acting's good in both of them. And the spectacle in He-Man, I'll just put this out there. He-Man is not Guardians of the Galaxy. They're not trying to do that with this movie. Like I said, they kept the humor is done where it makes sense in time of what's happening on screen. So they're not trying to shoehorn in comedy like, let's put a goofy joke in there or whatever. Like, most of the time, like you'll get some stuff that's like Skeletor related because that's the character is campy. So but yeah, I liked it. I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty because Modern Warfare 3 is free this month on Sony, which there's a whole conversation for maybe another show that nobody would want to listen to, but I've been enjoying it. Another great thing about it is that they gave you like all the maps. Normally there's like 12 maps on a Call of Duty game, and then you have to pay like $15 every 3 or 4 months to get 4 maps.
Yeah.
No, they give you like all 50. I'm still finding maps I haven't played yet. So, and I'm enjoying it. It's fun. It's good downtime stuff. Play a game, couple games, 10 minutes a game. Yeah, that's all I've been up to.
There you go. Brady Davis, what are you currently engaged in your brain with?
All right. So, speaking of movies that the Chuds got their panties in a twist about.
Oh God.
I watched the Odyssey.
Oh, I want to hear this.
Christopher Nolan's new movie about, again, the ancient mythological story of the Odyssey.
Yeah.
It's really, really fucking good.
Okay.
I think the main criticisms that you could have of the movie are just criticisms of Christopher Nolan in general. He doesn't like it's not super like these are some better women writing than he's done in the past, but there's not. But the women aren't super strong or prominent, or although that's a little bit less than this. It is a kind of cold movie. He doesn't do warmth very well. It's not horny like the Odyssey actually is, because apparently Nolan is a very chaste man. We saw he tried to do horniness in Oppenheimer, and those are the worst scenes in Oppenheimer, or the worst scene. The other scene where they're actually naked is actually a good scene.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's fucking great. As a kid, I really liked Greek mythology. So I know the Odyssey was one of the big ones that you would always read. I never read any of the actual translations of the story. But I know pretty much everything that happens in the fucking in the fucking story. And this one does a very good job of telling that. He changes some things which I think are for that make it interesting, because I don't just want to see the same thing over and over again. Right. The way he kind of cuts it and then gives Telemachus more to do, who is Tom Holland in this. Everybody is really good, really good in it. Matt Damon, I was a little bit iffy about being Odysseus, but he does really good.
Yeah.
All this, Anne Hathaway as Penelope, she's great. They give her, I think he feels like he gives her a little bit more to do with that. Yeah, everybody's good. Lupita Nyong'o as Helen, and then her twin sister, she's really good in this. Elliot Page is great. There's a scene later with him that's really fucking good.
Zendaya as Athena.
The what comes out of her character is very interesting.
Robert Pattinson.
Oh, I heard
Robert Pattinson's a smarmy little bastard.
I heard he was like one of the top reasons to watch the movie.
He's
his
great,
acting
he's just a Weasley little shit.
Yeah.
Mia Goth. I didn't know she was in it.
She's in it for a little bit. It surprised me too, because she was one of the ones where I didn't know. Everybody else, I was pretty aware of who they were. There are some actual there are several terrifying parts of the movie.
Yeah.
It makes me want to see Christopher Nolan do a straight up horror movie.
Okay. The Polyphia, or whatever the name of the Cyclops is.
The Cyclops was done very was a very tense scene. The Circe is the big one. The way they get turned into pigs is really
right,
because it's practical work. It's not there's hardly any. I don't think there's hardly any CGI in the movie.
That's nice to hear.
Where did you go to watch it?
I watched it at the premiere in Biloxi. I actually had it was pretty full. I had a decent the crowd was pretty decent.
Did you watch it at IMAX or
no?
Okay.
Is that's one of the the big
true IMAX. There's only 25 theaters in the entire
closest one in Slidell.
Yeah.
I looked at it.
And I've heard that it's really, but I thought it was still really good because the sound design is great, and there's a lot of bass and things like that when they show anytime that they're caught into a storm, it's super chaotic. So I think even seeing it in just a regular theater is worth it. But yeah, it's super good. I really liked it. I don't think it's my favorite of his movies, but it's really good.
We were thinking about going to the Lux Theater and seeing it there. We just having to find the time.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's one that's extremely on my to watch list.
Yeah.
And it's the one right beside Edgewater.
Oh yeah. That's where I saw it. It was good there.
Oh,
okay. Although they need to change out some of their seats, at least in the theater I had, because they had red, because they're red seats, and they had red duct tape on them because they were peeling. So that was uncomfortable. But it was a decent crowd. There was the people next to me were a little bit annoying, but wasn't that bad. But yeah, I super enjoyed it. it's one I'm literally like there are still like pieces of the movie that I watched it like last weekend, like last Saturday, and there's still pieces that I'm like going over in my head about.
Okay.
Would
that be one you'd want to go see again in the theater?
Little twist. If I had the time and somebody else was going to see it, I would probably go and see it with them. Like it's good. It's a 3-hour movie, but I didn't feel it. Like I looked at my, like every once in a while, I'll look at my phone to see what time it is.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, it's been 2 hours. Holy crap.
Damn.
The ending is like really good. There were some parts where it like really, like it was really cool.
Yeah.
Like,
I hate to say like some scenes was like spoiled for me, but it's
the Odyssey.
It's a movie.
Yeah.
It's been
there are little
made the
things
Odyssey
that I don't want to talk about that
Little
that
changes,
you don't normally see in
choices
the
they made.
Odyssey. Like he does kind of pare down like the magic and stuff like that.
Right.
Like it all happens like again, like you don't just see like Cersei cast a spell. Like I guess like she literally like while they're eating, she like whatever they're eating, like she's like they're super like they're like it's just like super like they're just like gorging on it, and she just literally like goes by them and like will like take their face and like pull it out into a snout, or like make their like push their hands into like that, and it's horrifying.
Right.
Like it's so fucking horrifying.
No.
But yeah, some of the little things that they do, but like, but overall, it is like the story of the Odyssey. They give Telemachus a little bit more to do. He actually like goes, because like he's trying to find out like what the fuck happened to Odysseus, and he goes to Sparta to talk to Menelaus, and see what happened. Get his point of view from things, and you get a little bit more about like the stuff to where it's actually like the Trojan horse and then them sacking Troy is like really, really cool. I love Agamemnon. The way they use him is very interesting because he's like, there's no way that Christopher Nolan knows this word, but he is like the aura farmer of all aura farmers, because all he does is like stand around and look really cool. And it kind of shows like, okay, yeah, he like had the power to get all these people together, but he really kind of just sucked. Like he just, but he looks really fucking cool.
Played by Benny Safdie, and you would not be able to tell.
And you he goes out of his way to not show you his face.
He's the one in like the black gladiator.
Yeah,
helmet.
yeah. All he does like all he does is just like stand there and like look at people, and then like when they open the gates of Troy, he's just like standing there. It's like, oh, that looks really cool, and then he doesn't. They don't show him do anything else. Like he's just there to like look really fucking cool.
Yeah,
and he knows it. Like
Benny Safdie and Brian Cox have both played Agamemnon.
Yeah,
nice.
It blows my mind.
They're both like very different, and it's an interesting interpretation of it. I would say definitely watch it if you get a chance. Please, I would say watch it in theaters. Nolan makes movies for in theaters,
right?
And yeah, you can only see like it in IMAX in certain places, and that sucks, and it's going to be more expensive. I don't know about that. I thought it was really good just in a regular ass theater. I didn't even go in like the really good theater that they usually have,
Right.
So that was really fucking good. I would strongly recommend that. That Nolan guy, it turns out he can make a good movie. Who knew? So it's been so much time since we last recorded that I've read 2 books. I finished the book that I talked about in the last time, and then I read 2 more books. So one that I read was called The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi by Shannon, I want to say this last name right, Chakraborty. It's about this female pirate who's basically like retired, but she's pretty much like brought back into it. And it's like it takes place on like the Indian Ocean in the Middle Eastern, Southeast Asian area. It feels a lot like Sinbad. In fact, I think one of the opening things that you see is like a quote from Sinbad, where she's like, basically living with her daughter, and she kind of gets pulled back in because a former crewmate's mother tasks her to go find his daughter, who has kind of ran off or been kidnapped by this white dude, basically, a former crusader, and she just kind of has to gather back up her crew and go out. And it seems like it's going to be kind of a series where each book is just kind of like she's going after this certain thing. It's really good. I liked it a lot. The character is really, really interesting. It's a really interesting also with like, because you don't really see, besides Sinbad, like that's kind of like the only thing that you see with like pirates and stuff like that from that era and that area of the world. So it's interesting seeing like how they work, because she does like pull in like this is kind of how pirates at that time worked, or smugglers or whatever. But she's like it's cool because she is like a famous pirate. So she's dealing with that too. So that's a really good one. I would strongly recommend that. And then I read Dead Silence by S.A. Barnes. This is a sci-fi horror. Basically, this crew who their job is to this ship crew whose their job is to basically go out and fix beacons for like the comm link type thing. Come across this signal, like they're about to like basically be shit canned because they're fixing to put robots on this job, so they don't have this job anymore. And they get this signal and they come across and they discover this gigantic basically space ocean liner that disappeared. That nobody, like, disappeared like 20 years ago.
Huge
And nobody knows.
dreadnought ship.
Yeah. And made to be like the richest of the rich were on this thing. And it was the first of its kind, the only of its kind, because it just disappeared like 6 months into its 1 year voyage. So they're like, okay, well, we found this thing, so let's see what we can salvage from it and see if we can, like, if we play our cards right, we can like get a whole lot of money from this. And then they get on there and weird shit starts happening. So it's basically like a haunted house and a haunted ghost ship in space. So there is that like extra layer. This one was pretty good. It was solid. It was a little bit, I kind of saw where things were going. Like there were no like big surprises in it.
Right.
But it was still good. I liked the characters. Like the main character, she had like in her childhood, there was like a huge tragedy. So she's like still like dealing with that shit. And then this thing happens. So it's like some extra stuff on top of it, but it's pretty interesting. I like and it is an interesting way that things kind of end up working out. But again, like it didn't like there were no like huge left turns that really got me, but it was still solid.
I love the gimmick of like ghost ship, but I love it even more when it's in space.
Yeah.
Because like I think my favorite one of those is probably Pandorium.
Okay, yeah.
As a movie, like
Yeah.
I need to read more, but I love that as a like a set piece.
Yeah, this one did it pretty well. It was an interesting way of doing it because, of course, you got like the other big one is Event Horizon, whereas that was kind of like a science ship. This is just like a luxury liner.
Right.
So there's all these like
Right.
special thing, like it's really opulent and everything like that.
There's episodes of the old and of Next Generation that did this one. Jay knows which one I'm talking about. They go over to the ship. There's nobody over there, but they acquire a virus that drives them like they're drunk, crazy, or insane.
That is from the original series, I believe, Naked Time, and from the remake of it in Next Generation, Naked Now.
Yeah.
But
That's the episode where Denise Crosby got it on with Data.
Okay.
Yeah, because
good for you.
and also Data got drunk.
Okay.
Oh, it was like Data.
I have pores.
She goes.
Humans have pores.
She goes. Data, how functional are you? He's like, I'm fully functional. And then she goes at the end of that, she goes, this never happened. And then she got fired. Anyway, sorry. Brady.
No, she quit.
Yeah.
She was like, there's too many people on the show. There's not enough for me to do. I'm leaving.
Yeah,
Worst
then-
decision she could have made.
Then she did Playboy and Pet Cemetery. Anyway, moving on.
So yeah, that's
At the same time.
At the same time,
yeah, I would strongly recommend those books. I saw that S.A. Barnes has like apparently like she does this kind of like standalone books where they are kind of a sci-fi horror.
what was the name of that last one?
Dead Silence.
Dead Silence.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. I liked it.
Not to be confused with the horror ventriloquist movie,
Yeah.
Dead Silence.
That's a different situation.
Yeah, that was one thing that I was like, oh yeah, there is that movie of that.
I've seen that movie.
Bad.
It's not
really
very
bad,
good.
really, really bad. But well, there is like with the way the framing device is, and you think it's going to go one
There
way.
are
and then
parts.
change.
There are parts of it that had opportunity to be good.
Well, I'm talking about Dead Silence. The book.
The book.
The book, the way they do the framing device at the beginning, and then you think it's going to go one way, and then it kind of changes. That was interesting.
They take a little bit of a turn.
but it wasn't like a huge turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are both they're both good. They're both good. I would recommend them. I think the Amina Al Sarafi book was the better one of those two.
Okay.
But it's not better than the other.
Is that like a novella, or is it like 200 pages, 300 pages?
Which
Somewhat.
one?
The last one, the Dead Silence one.
It's like 400-ish.
Okay.
So it's a full novel.
Okay.
Maybe 300 and something. I can't remember exactly, but
Yeah.
it was more than 300. It was closer to 400.
Right.
So yeah, that's most of what I've been up to.
352.
Was that?
352 pages.
352 pages.
I heard B-52.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
What
I was
does
like,
the
what
Love Shack have to do with
What the
this?
fuck?
Rock Lobster.
There you go. I guess it's time for me. So there's this comedian. His name is Zack Zucker. He has a comedy special called the Jack Tucker Comedy Special Hour. It is free to watch on YouTube. About a month ago, I had seen one part of it, which is one of the funniest fucking things I had ever seen in
I
my
also
life.
saw that on the.
And I've shown it to everybody except for Ethan. Ethan's heard it but hasn't seen it because he was in the same room as I was showing someone else. I recommend it. For me, this is my type of comedy because it is absurdist. It is rapid fire. You don't get a chance to think about it until he slows it down enough for you, and when he makes the punchline that makes you think about the thing that just happened. Absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed every single minute of it. The reason, again, also another reason why I say I recommend it and don't go into any of my stronger or highest recommend is because you've got to follow along real fucking quick.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't stop for a full hour.
Right.
He just keeps hitting you with like jokes and sensations and things like good God Almighty. But if you get a chance, at the very least, look up his Baha Men joke. It is one of the singly best crafted like 4 minutes of comedy I've ever watched.
Yeah, I think
in my life.
that clip is viral, so you might have come across.
You might have already seen it. The whole it was worth it.
Oh yeah,
the entire thing. Was worth it. If it is believed to be true, he studied clowning in France.
Nice.
And has a yearly comedy festival called something Town. I can't remember the name of it off my top of my head, but yeah, like comedy that he does in the UK, and he's completely like. It's like, we call it soccer, but you call it football, which is weird because the ball doesn't look like a foot, but you got to wear socks to play it. And it's just like, oh, what an amazing turn. Like, it's just a simple, stupid joke, but it just fucking works.
Is it Stamp Town?
Stamp Town. Thank you. Thank you.
go.
But yeah, highly recommend it. It is actually off of the Stamp Town YouTube channel where you can find his, you can find the clip of the Baha Men joke, but then you can find the full hour on there. Just absolutely just keeps hitting you in the face with just new joke after new joke so fast. My favorite type of comedy because it's on emotion, because it doesn't let you think about it. But then when you actually think about how he's crafted everything together, the timing is absolutely
It's like if you took Stephen Wright and sped him up really fast.
Yeah, the opening has a cold open with him and Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh, nice.
So that's very strange and weird. I was not expecting that,
Nice.
and it was fantastic. So yes, I definitely give a recommendation to Jack Tucker Comedy Hour Special. So yeah, that's pretty much me. Magic wise, I haven't finished phase 1 of Kinnan. I need a Force of Will, and then that phase 1 is, and then I'll go into phase 2 where I spend $300 on 3 cards.
Yeah.
Chrome Mox, Mana Vault, and something else.
Mm-hmm.
Not Lion's Eye Diamond,
No,
because
that's-
without Underworld Breach, I don't think Lion's Eye Diamond's worth it.
LED's also like almost like $2,000 anyway.
Yeah, well, I own one.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Oh,
it's-
well, nice.
Yeah, I own a Mox. Mox Diamond. Yeah, I'm putting Mox Diamond in there.
LED's like expensive
Yes.
as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
LED is $900.
$900.
Yeah,
my
900.
bad.
Yeah, the Mox Diamond is the one that's creeping
almost
towards $2,000.
$1,000.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
I am only missing one card for Timna Dargo effectively.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a $3 card that I cannot find for the life of me.
What is
Which
it?
one is it?
Magda, Brazen Outlaw. The dwarf that makes the treasures.
No, yeah.
Oh, Magda, the
Yeah.
tap
Yeah.
dwarf. I might
Yeah.
have one.
It is like the only card I'm missing.
I might have one.
There you go.
If I do, I'll just give it to you if I can find it.
And I was able to procure all of my reserve list cards before the baby came. So
Nice.
I effectively I have 3 out of the 10 dual lands, a Grim Monolith and a Lion's Eye Diamond.
Yeah, I think I need like probably like $3,000 to finish Sammy, and that's never gonna happen. So I need the dual land, which I mean plateaus aren't that expensive.
Plateau is like the second cheapest one.
Yeah,
But
and
still
I
kinda
still need a
expensive.
Mox Diamond and a Chrome Mox,
Yeah.
and
One of those is hard to get, and the other one is impossible.
yeah, I'm probably gonna just end up proxying the Mana Rocks.
One of the latest Mox Diamond cells that I saw was for a heavily played, and the owner actually it was as close to damaged as heavily played gets.
Yeah,
And it sold for $12.50.
yeah.
It's like,
Dear
okay,
Lord.
okay,
Yeah.
sure, man.
Don't
Jesus
need it
Christ.
don't need it that badly.
Yeah.
I just got all the cards for Sid, Timeless Artificer.
Nice.
So I'm excited to play that.
Nice.
Then I also got the cards for my mono blue Miss Marvel deck. Except I had fucked up and didn't get a Sink into Stupor because I didn't have that unchecked that I needed that. Which is always annoying when you order cards off of like you just go to your Mox field list, which
Yeah.
is usually what I do. But then you're like, oh fuck, I forgot that I had that card. I didn't have. I have that card. I just needed another copy of it.
I'm currently not in deck building mode. I'm in fixing my deck mode because my decks are playing like trash because I would keep adding and taking out cards that would work because they wouldn't work at during certain parts. Like I'd play like 4 games. This card isn't doing anything. Take it out. Oh man, I need that card back in my deck. Like
Yeah.
Marchesa, I fucked that deck up. I took all the planeswalkers out and I put a lot of spot removal and it's not working. So I got to go back to the drawing board on that one. And then my Abzan deck, it's also, I got to go back and fix something with that one as well. So I'm on deck fix mode at the moment.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm building 2 right now. I don't think I'm going to have them done by the end of the year because one of them is white blue, so that's going to be like another $7 billion. And the other one is mono black, and that one I could probably build faster. And I do have I have a Lake of the Dead and I have a Cabal Coffers.
Sure.
So my mana, I'm not worried about my mana.
Right.
But it's just building it to wait because I'll just go ahead. It's Sephiroth, Fabled Soldier.
Oh yeah.
And
Mono Black Aristocrat.
yeah, I mean, there is another way you can build him
Sure.
that is like almost Black Creature Stompy, which is kind of because you're kind of using your set, and even then it's still Aristocrat because you're putting out a couple little things to kicker his draw ability. Excuse me, to kick in his draw ability.
Sure.
Not the term kicker.
Right,
My apologies
right.
to kick in his get his stuff out there, and that's kind of cool. But you play Sephiroth and then you sacrifice 4 things or have 4 things die, and then and then you kill him and then you bring him back and then you just keep making that emblem until no one can do anything to you because everything's dying and you're just gaining so much life off of it.
Yeah. I have a Sephiroth Fabled Soldier deck that I really like.
Very nice.
Yeah, mine's the heavy Aristocrat, but he's not actually like super like his card is expensive, but most of the stuff,
Yeah.
like you don't need my deck isn't super expensive really.
I think like
there might be like a few $10 cards in there, and that's about it. Because
Yeah.
most of the mono black Aristocrat stuff, it just
most mono.
There's so much of it that like.
Also,
you gotta
most
have
mono
multiple
black
copies
decks
of it.
revolve around like commons and uncommons more than any other monocolor. To where like if your commander's expensive, it's the most expensive part of your deck outside of maybe rocks or something.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, again, like your removable spells aren't going to be expensive.
Yeah.
You know, so. Like I think that was like what I had Gonti built, and it was like optimized. It was like maybe $80 or something like that, and that was only because I had a Cabal Coppers and an Orborg in it.
Yeah.
So
Like I could put those things in that deck.
Sure.
But that's really about it that I
Right.
would need. And maybe, like, of course, like Shieldred and
Sure.
Turgrid I could put in there and that would, but it doesn't, I don't even think it needs like those cards. They're just really good cards that if you're playing mono
it is
black.
my goal to get you the Con Shieldred this year.
fucking
Man, that
hate
one's
it.
really like they didn't even
Benedict's
use the
combo
good
box.
card. The good con. They
Yeah.
use the con that nobody remembers is actually
They
con.
they took the worst imaging software or whatever they did to make.
But now
those
we'll never
arts.
forget. So Star Trek, thumbs up. Good
At
job.
least the marble cards look decent. Like the Archangel of Thune special guest
Yeah,
card.
the
At least it
Captain
looks
Marvel one,
cool.
Well, I mean, they've got on the bonus sheet. You've got cards like with art from Alex Ross. Like
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, like the art on that was never going to be in question.
Yeah.
For the
pull
Marvel stuff.
out some artists from the old Dark Horse Star Trek comics or something. Do something, man. Don't
Yeah.
do whatever the fuck that is.
So, have you heard the unsubstantiated rumor for the summer UB set next year? So, the unsubstantiated rumor. Let me throw that out there right now. So, Wizards is doing a World of Warcraft supplement for Dungeons and Dragons. They think it's going even further than that. They think that's going to be
That doesn't surprise me. I thought you were just going to say another one that I'll talk
Yeah.
about in just a second.
Okay, well, actually, talk about it this second. Go for it.
So, Hasbro got the license to do toys for Legend of Zelda, so people are thinking that Legend of Zelda might be a set.
I will go bankrupt.
Yeah, I was thinking like, oh, that's a good set for Magic for UB because we're gonna get 3, so that's like if that's one of them, I'm like, well, that's actually a good fit.
I heard He-Man. That's one I was hearing.
Okay, well, He-Man for them, I think, is in house, isn't it?
That's
Yeah.
in house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
Because the thing is, Mattel's owned by Hasbro. Speaking of Mattel, one thing. When I was watching the He-Man movie, one of the ads for there's the movie coming out with John Cena,
Yeah.
and I thought it was a Fast and Furious movie because that's what it looked like.
Uh-huh.
No, it's called Matchbox.
Oh yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Matchbox, the movie.
Yeah, there's several like of those old shitty board game movies
Oh my
coming
god.
out.
It's just a Cars movie. That's all it is.
Like I want to say like Monopoly, they're figuring out something.
Oh my god.
Um,
I don't know. Like does anybody know who makes the physical amiibo things for Nintendo?
I have no idea
Like
off the top of my head.
Like the company that makes them. Because Nintendo could stamp their name on it, but they don't manufacture that.
Yeah.
Some other third party makes those.
Yeah.
If Nintendo had its own card game, I would be suspect of it, but I don't know. Like of the Zelda thing. That
Pokemon.
Nintendo doesn't have
but
that. That's not theirs.
Manufactured and owned by Nintendo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Who
Pokemon.
owns the Pokemon company? Nintendo.
But
Right.
It's not like
Right.
but like you're not going to see Mario and Zelda and Donkey Kong in
Pokemon
that's
is
what
its
he's
own
talking.
thing.
Right.
They don't
That's what
have
he's talking
other
Pokemon
properties.
can go into other things, but nothing's going to go into Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah. They're not gonna. If they
at
were
least the
smart-
card
They
game.
could do that if they wanted to, but
I will say the in universe sets that they announced are
It's,
really interesting.
Kamigawa.
Kamigawa Titanfall, which is
Kamigawa
Kaiju-
Kaiju versus
Ikoria.
giant robots.
yep, I'm down for it.
Then it's Zalfir.
Yep.
which
Yeah.
we haven't seen. Which I didn't know this, but I watched.
What version of Teferi will we get in this one?
But yeah, we haven't seen that in a very long time. It's its own realm now.
Yeah.
And then Noctis.
And then Noctis, which is like a completely underwater place.
Underwater.
It's where the shark people, the shark dude from Aether Drift, is where he's from.
Under the sea.
Which is really cool. And the art for that one is like phenomenal.
Well, the art for all of them looks really cool, and it's like Zolfir is really cool too because it's supposed to be Afrocentric.
It's Afrofuturism,
So,
basically.
yeah.
I'm with Noctis. I really want to see a cool reprint of Mystic Remora because that's really
They
like a
will
card
probably
that-
do that.
As
really
a special
should be
guest
on
card,
They
maybe.
will probably do that.
Kamigawa
Titanfall.
Titanfall. Ikoria. I loved Ikoria.
Yeah, it's Ikoria meets Kamigawa.
Yeah, Ikoria is basically invading Kamigawa, and
Which
they're building mechs
it's
to take them.
basically just Pacific Rim.
Yeah, it's Pacific Rim.
It's Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like, hey, I like all three of those. I was like, oh, well, that's really fucking cool.
Yeah, they should do these mashups more often. That's a really cool idea. To be honest with you.
Well, they did Aether Drift, which is supposed to be a mashup.
Because they didn't want to use the term Almond Cat again or whatever it was.
But
What's the Almond Cat?
Aether Revolt?
No.
Kaladesh.
Kaladesh. That's it.
I think.
Yeah, because didn't they rename the plane or something?
Yeah.
Well, they renamed it because apparently in another language that's an offensive term.
Yeah.
But that's fair. I get it. But don't try and like put a set where you have like 3 different planes together and they're in race cars.
Yeah.
For Magic.
But yeah, all of that is really. I'm glad that it doesn't feel like they're phoning in the in-universe sets.
Right.
I believe even like Mark Rosewater like said something where he's like, I care about this shit. It's just that look at how much the universes beyond sells. Like I can't say anything about that. Like,
I'm also glad that they're like they're toning down the amount of commander decks that are coming out. Like they've slowed down on that, which is good because they need to. Like there's a set coming out, the Fractured. There's only only one commander deck. And I'm cool with that because they need to calm down with that shit.
Yeah.
Like build commander decks out of the set. You don't have to have a commander deck for 4 commander decks for every set.
And, and then they're coming out with 5 for Star Trek.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. I know Jay's interested in that one. I haven't seen anything that's made me go, oh my God.
Those
like,
Elcar's lands are so gorgeous to me.
I haven't seen the
think I've
lands.
seen
Okay,
those.
so so Elcars is a Star Trek term. It's so if you look at the computers in Star Trek: The Next Generation, it's that graphic.
Oh,
design.
I got you.
So I love that because it looks like it was ripped straight out of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Like even the art looks like art from like the late 90s part of the show.
Yeah.
That's not to me a detriment. To me, that's
Right.
if you are a fan of the property like I am,
Right.
that yes,
Yeah.
that I'm all for it.
How do we feel about The Hobbit?
The Hobbit looks good.
I'm
interested
done.
in it.
Like, so here's a funny aside. So I watched the live stream they did, and this is chronological. This is chronologued, whatever the fucking term I'm trying to come up with. It's on YouTube. You can go watch it. Of them making the announcement. They had some sort of snarky guy doing the hosting, some British actor or whatever that I'd never heard of before. And the lead designers were on the panel, and it was like Gavin Verhey, of course, and some random chick, and she's talking about the desolation of smog. You heard me correctly. She says it wrong. Firstly, she goes, yeah. So we're gonna talk about the card desolation of smog. That's incorrect, by the way. It's pronounced smog. I will get.
That's another person who watched the Rankin and Bass version.
That this is the hill I'll die on forever and a day.
For me, it's smog too. Like,
So here's the funny thing. So during talking about the cards, and they do the reveal, and there's like different skins of the cards. They got a really cool skin of the actual dragon, where like the outside borders like scales, but there's one scale missing on the left side because that's where the arrow goes.
Yeah.
And then she mentions the dragon's name again, but she calls him Smog, which is correct. Okay. I'm getting to a point. So they cut back to the host, and he says the name twice. He goes, oh, that's a really great card. We really love Smaug. And so the Desolation of Smaug is a card that's going to come out in the Hobbit set. And then after they start talking about the next card, it cuts to her face, and this is the look. She gives the look to the camera. Like, really, dude? Really? It's a British thing, by the way. Smaug is a British thing, by the way. Smog is American. That's the way we pronounce it. That's what Rankin and Bass and the original animated thing. It's pronounced smog. You can put the ah in there if you want to, because there's like 14 different variations of every vowel. You know, there's O's, there's ahs, but it's pronounced smog. Smog, because that's a cool name for a dragon, right?
Another Benedict Cumberbatch character.
There's like 3. What the fuck is a Smaug? They didn't have to say it like that either.
Yeah, that's one of the things those Hobbit movies really annoyed me about.
It's Smaug.
The only thing that I wish they could have gotten some of they used or like redid like the Rankin and Bass like designs for some of the cards, because I probably would have bought play boosters.
Oh man!
If they would have done that, I would have bought like a couple of play boosters.
Yeah, if they would have gotten like some special secret guest like treatments that were based off the Rankin and Bass animation.
Because I want cat-faced Smaug.
Hell yeah!
I want the creepiest fucking spiders that you've ever seen. I want Toad Gollum.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
Yeah. I want the ring that's just a ring of invisibility.
Yeah.
Because guess what? That's what it was.
I want buck teeth Bilbo. I want Elrond to look as disconcerting as humanly possible.
Oh man, he gave no shits.
He was like so weird looking in that movie.
He was.
Yeah.
And Gandalf was smug as fuck too.
Yeah. Gandalf was such.
Wouldn't you say he was Smaug as fuck?
Even as a child, I was like, man, Gandalf's an asshole. He's just kind of just like, man, I gotta go do this thing. Y'all are good. Y'all are good, right?
He just fucking breaks into his house. He's like, all right, Hobbit, we're gonna be a burglar.
Yeah. Oh man,
we got all up on the rails like we normally do.
Yeah. We might have enough for a magic corner.
Do we have? I think this was Magic Corner.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
We'll find out in the edit.
Do we have any feedback?
No feedback this week. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being passengers on the bus for this. Once again, 200th regular episode. Yay! If you'd like to leave feedback on this or any of our previous episodes, travelersontheomnibus@gmail.com. Again, that is travelers, 1L on the omnibus @gmail.com. Jody, wherefore, hence, can they also discover where to encounter us?
If AI hasn't completely taken over Spotify.
On Spotify, you can take part in any of our polls for this or any of our past episodes that have polls active, or leave a comment on this or any of our 200 and actually I think like 35 total productions, but 200 regular episodes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being passengers on the bus this week. If you'd like to share this experience with people you think might like it, but don't listen to podcasts on the things you like to listen to podcasts on, we're available on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, YouTube Music through our YouTube channel, Travelers on the Omnibus. Almost got through there without fucking it up. And iHeartRadio. Ladies and gentlemen, let's wax nostalgic, trip the light fantastic, and do other sorts of things. So 200 regular episodes and about 5 years. It's been a lot of time.
It's like 1,000 hours.
It's like 1,000. It's like so many hours, just hundreds of hours. Just I think in our first year, if I remember correctly from the stats, we did 323 hours of content. Something like so. If you,
I don't think we missed. I don't think we missed many.
We didn't miss any. I don't remember.
Third season, weekly, we did 50 episodes in a 52-week year, which was our peak.
Yeah.
But like we've been at it for a while, and we've done a lot.
Yeah.
So much so it's like, you know what, I'm gonna make some lists of some of the things we've done. So it started with movies, and then I immediately stopped after that because like these lists are going to be a list of lists, and we want to talk about these things. Yeah. I do want to bring up the movies. These are the movies now. These are movies that are part of our omnibus theater when we go and we either go to the theater to watch movies or we stay at home, do streaming to watch movies, or basically we collectively come together to watch a movie and then critique it.
People have come to my home to watch movies. And
I wish we could do that more.
Yeah. But I mean,
probably less. Probably a little bit harder to do nowadays.
There's probably 6 of those.
We could show your son Phantom of the Paradise. He's not gonna. Like that's not gonna affect him, right?
Spoilers. Anyway, so these are the
I
movies.
showed my Dark Tool videos when she was a newborn.
These are the movies in the last 5 years that we've watched.
I just
collectively.
imagine Jay breaking into my home and showing Elliot heavy metal.
Oh yeah,
immediately.
Yeah, at least your child would probably pay more attention to the movie than you did.
Yes.
All right, continuing
So
on.
we have Psycho, first movie we
Oh,
ever did
yeah,
collectively.
yeah.
The Warriors, Mandy, Casablanca, Heavy Metal,
Yep.
Old Boy,
Yep.
the original,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Phantom of the Paradise, The Last Broadcast, The Big Lebowski. We had a stretch of the movies, didn't even know with the in the title.
Yeah.
We just had to do that. Akira, Stalker, the 1970s
Oh, yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
As part of our Ghibli July, we did Nazca of the Valley of the Wind, The Tale of Princess Kaguya, Princess Mononoke, Tales from Earthsea, and The Boy and the Heron.
Yep.
During our horror month for October that year, we did Bride of Reanimator, The Invisible Man 2020, A Tale of Two Sisters. 3 of us did that movie.
Yeah.
Night of the Creeps, The Fifth Element, The Dark Crystal. Right before we did The Dark Crystal, we had our Akira Kurosawa special where we spotlighted Ron, Yojimbo, Rashomon, and Throne of Blood.
Yeah, we all separately watched one of those or
Yeah.
something.
Yes. During Jody June, everyone would think that I had made this happen. No, this was part of Jody June in year 4. We did Dune Part 1, Dune Part 2, and Dune 1984.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction, Lake Mungo, Weapons, Die Hard, and then during our Hong Kong Cinema Month, we did Hard Boiled, Kung Fu Hustle, Fist of Legend, and Ip Man. Those are all the ones that and of course we've watched other movies just individually, and we've talked about going to see them.
I might not have caught it in the beginning. Did you mention the Barbarians?
Oh
You
God!
skipped- you
I
skipped
skipped
the
the Barbarians.
Because
That
I
was one of our-
specifically wrote that down because
think-
that is one that I would have absolutely never have watched if we
No.
wouldn't have watched it.
That's a running calling card for this. Was like there
Yeah.
are there are movies in that list that not out of I'm never gonna go see that.
Right.
But I would not have seen that if it had not been brought up to brought up to watch.
Phantom of the Paradise.
Also,
we all went to the movie theaters and watched Cocaine Bear.
oh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
true.
But we didn't review it
No, we didn't.
properly.
Yeah,
we
Like,
talked about it
just
have
talked
no
about-
briefly.
We talked about the experience.
Also, I would say like some of the movies definitely leaned into. Glad I was in a group to watch it. Barbarians was hilarious to watch with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
We watched that one together. We watched Phantom of the Paradise together, which I think there was only 2 people in the room that enjoyed that.
and they're sitting across from
Yeah,
one another
yeah.
right now.
Heavy Metal. 3 out of the 4 of us were watching that.
Yeah.
Bianca was also with us when we watched.
Yeah, you were either
Bianca
asleep
probably paid more
or
attention.
Yeah.
I watched Heavy.
Yeah.
You watched most of it.
You watched
Night of the Creeps has my favorite moment.
Yeah.
From the
that
theater
one. I definitely
series.
wouldn't have watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we definitely, but it was my favorite moment because there was the scene where the Japanese caricature character screams because he's about to get creeped.
Yeah.
And then it goes to commercial because we watched it on Tubi.
Yeah.
And I had noticed that every time, and we paused it, and
Yeah.
so we paused on the commercial.
Yeah.
And everybody kind of we took a quick little intermission. I just kind of stood there and I was like, wait a minute. Every time it's gone to commercial, it replays the last 3 seconds of the before it went to commercial. So when they get back, this thing's gonna happen. This is gonna be funny as fuck.
Yeah.
And then it gets back and it replays it again. And I can't remember. I think it was Jody and Brady. You two were talking about it. It's like okay, the character's at least dead. We won't have to deal with them again. And as soon as we hit play, it's like, son of a bitch. And it's one of those natural. That is a moment amongst friends where it happens amongst friends. Every person who I hope is listening to this, you have a group of friends where you have a kind of a story where it's funny to y'all and the notion of it is very funny, but it kind of comes together in this thing that we've done for 200 episodes. You mentioned? Thank you for mentioning the Barbarians.
Yeah.
It was very important,
That
'cause I
one-
was the one who suggested watching the Barbarians, and that was the one with the trailers for that one movie that was like a illegal car race.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
what the fuck? All the people who were in this movie.
And we
That was
looked
an
at-
amazing Blu-ray that I think
We-
you got it. It was a Blu-ray.
Yeah, it was
I think.
we looked.
Yeah, it was a Blu-ray,
We
yeah.
looked it up. Almost every movie they showed a trailer for that they had was also on Tubi.
There was a 70s movie there that had Vikings, and one of them was an NFL player, and he was black as the midnight sun.
Oh yeah, it was
great.
I can't remember what that one was called, but it was like Vikings were like going on to America during the colonization
Oh, yeah,
years or whatever.
And one of them is black. Get woke, go broke, I guess. I don't fucking know.
I really enjoyed watching The Boy and the Heron with everybody. That was real fun. That was a good one to watch.
Yeah, because that's one of his that was one of Miyazaki's most esoteric and weird movies.
It was definitely out there.
You have
so it was
Dave
good.
Bautista as the Parrot King.
Yeah. That was and Robert Pattinson as the heron.
Yeah.
And Willem Dafoe as a pelican.
Yep.
And Robert Pattinson doing his best Willem Dafoe
Yeah.
impression.
That one was fun because I had watched the movie and nobody else had, so I knew what was coming and nobody else did.
That's legitimately one of my favorite is that there are movies that connected with us that we liked, that we wanted to present to friends and kind of get their critiques on it too. I like the open kind of nature that we've developed with that because we're typically open to anything.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting to hear back from y'all on the Serbian film.
No.
Okay, now I've heard back from I didn't actually suggest that.
Yeah.
I just needed to
we
drop
figured
a
out.
comedy
Yeah,
beat in
it's
there.
a bit. I get it.
There we go.
Good bit.
I think my thing is being able to watch movies that I, prior to like doing this weekly, doing this on long term with you guys, enjoying movies that I would not imagine myself watching on my own.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I loved Casablanca. I enjoyed Stalkers. Psycho is a movie that I probably should have seen but never have.
Yeah, out of all of us, you were the one that talked about the camera angles and the Dutch angles and shit like that more than we did, which was pretty fun to watch you talk about that.
There's a specific chalkboard that we had for movies that Ethan should watch.
We watched all of them.
Yeah.
Which means we have to do another one.
No, we
of
need to
them
do
were
one
Bruce
that
Willis movies.
his son needs to watch.
Actually, you know what we need to do? We need to do one of the three of us, like the three of
for
us.
sure.
We should do, because there might be movies we haven't watched
Yeah.
and things that we might think might appeal to.
That would
our
have to be a
friends.
brainstorm of like what we haven't watched.
Yeah.
How about episode 203?
For-
Let's do that chalkboard and we can start doing those movies.
We'll see.
Well, yeah, it's like
Because you'd have to have a
need to-
quiz.
yeah, we need to workshop that one.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
there's some things that we need to go.
Yeah, because
Tell
I've
you what-
seen 90% of everything.
and
you
I've
what,
seen a lot of things too. so,
Episode 203, the top 5 movies Jay should watch.
Okay.
That me should watch. Message me privately with your
Yeah.
chalkboards, and I will
Okay.
tell you what I've seen, and that way we don't have that flow problem in the episode.
Okay.
we just
But-
tell you, and then you go out and watch them, and then comes back. I've seen all this shit, you motherfuckers.
You fools! I ranked your list.
Damn.
Fools.
Oh man, that'd be great.
I've already seen Rock and Roll High School.
rock. I have also.
Oh, I'm sure you have.
Rock.
I'm sure
and roll
we're
high
the only
school.
2 people at the table that have
Yes.
seen Rock and Roll
Yes.
High School.
Yes, Jody.
Yes, 100%.
I'm gonna get like 5 weird European films, and we're just gonna be like, oh shit.
No, me and Brady are going to be fine.
Yeah.
You could pick like German, French, Impressionists. Like we're going to be
No,
fine.
y'all pick that.
You could also pick the 60s H.G. Wells a-thon that they had back in the day.
Then I'll submit my list of 5 movies I've never seen and see which ones kind of link up. Okay,
there
that's
you
kind of
go.
interesting.
Find 5 Dutch films where I don't even know what they are.
Tune into episode 203 when we
Jesus
maybe do
Christ.
this.
But 2 or 3 may be a little early for that. We'll see. We'll see on
Depending on our recording schedule,
That's
that might
true.
not be till
Yeah, to
December.
be
That's
honest,
true.
to be
That
honest.
is very true.
It's also me committing to coming for episode 203.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
that's true.
That is true.
That's
Yeah, we got to
true.
plan that ahead.
No, you're locked in now. Whenever we do, you better fucking
We
be
gotta
here,
plan that
or
up.
you are fired.
Episode
got
2 or
it.
3
Episode
coming
2 or
in
3,
like 3
sure.
months.
Yeah.
There you go. It'd be
Gotcha.
great. Be great. But yeah, there we go.
Okay.
So movies, as an American kind of, really for the world, but as an
Sure.
American communal thing. And we've kind of lost that with streaming because we can pretty much just watch anything
Yeah,
at home
that's
now.
true.
So it's been nice to have this to where we can again introduce films to one another,
Right.
That we've maybe not that we have seen maybe once, but can now talk about. And maybe opens up.
I want to
Yeah.
I want to preface this too, like, so the audience, if this is your first episode, good job.
Thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for stopping by
enjoying the ride.
and enjoyed this gigantic lore dump that's about to happen. the thing is, like, you know, when we mentioned talking about like watching these movies, we only watched about like maybe like 10 of these together. Like, and I think for me personally, that was the most enjoyable ones that I watched.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, like, the Warriors I'd already seen, and even though I, you know, got to watch these movies again in order to review them, it's a different experience than it is watching it with a group, because you don't have the same energy you do when you watch a movie by yourself. Yeah. Although there are a couple of movies that I'm kind of glad I watched by myself, like Stalker. That's not really a group movie, because there's a lot of nothing going on in that movie.
So I felt terrified watching a Lake Mungo by myself.
Mungo,
that was one that I watched and I didn't make the episode. I think I was sick or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the movies are great. Again, I enjoy when I can sit down with everybody and watch them together more than just doing a report on something kind of thing.
Well, a lot of these you could classify that we've watched as bad movies, but there are different there's different like categories of bad movies. Yeah, there's bad movies that are just like it's boring and there's nothing interesting, so it's not even worth talking about. Then there's like Then there's like the best of the bad movies are ones that even you could watch alone and still get a lot out of. But then there's also that middle ground. And some people would also say this is the better version of that, of movies that are bad. If you were to watch them alone, they're terrible. Like you wouldn't have any fun, but you have the most fun when you're watching them.
Some even in your own mind might have not aged as well as you thought they did.
Oh, yeah.
The Barbarians.
Yeah, the Barbarians.
That was so fun to watch with everybody.
Yes. I think I would have enjoyed it some, but not anywhere near the amount. Because there was a couple of scenes with some puppets involved. That we had to pause the movie like several times because we couldn't stop giggling like idiots.
Like Phantom of the Paradise. There were some parts like when old dude's in the bathtub. I would have like fallen asleep. If
I don't know, him escaping from the prison from the laundry duct. Running across the street
making
with
tiddlywinks.
Running into the record building with a stick of dynamite.
Oh yeah, well, I mean that part is fun, but there are some like there's
some dull parts.
No, and again, in true Brian De Palma fashion, what was supposed to be a scene almost became a real life incident because the chocks that they put in to keep the press from broke and almost closed in on his head, and it would have been an actual thing. It's like, oh my God, no.
Yeah. And I'd also found out because I'd watched something on YouTube that the big thing that the big synthesizer thing that the Phantom uses
was an actual studio.
Was an actual studio thing, like a very famous synthesizer that like most of the most well known Stevie Wonder albums were made.
Oh
with.
no, it goes past it. Like there's a Beyonce album was done in that
later
studio.
on,
but like before that, it was being used.
That's the thing that like made that synthesizer like famous was like there's like a run of like 4 or 5 albums that were like his best work.
And that synthesizer was moved from New York to Los Angeles. That's it's been positive on both coasts as far as the creation of music goes. There's so many fascinating like little tidbits. My favorite one from Phantom probably was the fact that one of the costume designers was Sissy Spacek, and then later Academy Award winning actress Sissy Spacek, which I think is pretty cool. Overall, what movie for you from the ones that we've done collectively? Which one stands out to you the most?
Oh wow!
Just don't think about it too hard. Just the first thing that kind of pops in your head right now.
I mean, I'm biased. It's because it's my favorite movie, but Old Boy.
No, that's good. That's a good one.
That's solid.
But like one of my favorite things was introducing Ethan to Casablanca. Yeah, because I think that's a movie that it's an old movie, but I think it feels like the dialogue and everything feels more modern than you would think.
For me, it was being able to watch Isai Takahata's The Tale of Princess Kaguya, which was his last film before he passed away.
That's another one I didn't get to. I think I called that one in because I was sick. Yeah. That was a beautiful movie.
Yeah. No, I wish that one would have resonated with me more.
Yeah, that's fair. I love Japanese watercolor, and the
artwork of
that's
just in that style. Fantastic. It's just so good. For me, I don't know, man. There are so many like memories from us watching films together. I think it's actually a tie between like a really, really bad 80s movie and like an amazing piece of work art wise, and it's probably like a tie between the boy and the heron and Night of the Creeps, because
that night was so much fun
because of the reaction. Because the thing about both of those movies is neither one of them, like when they get going, stop. It's just like things are happening the whole time.
Yeah.
It's just nonstop. So I think there was a lot of wow moments in Boy and the Heron. There were a lot of like out of the box, like explosive moments in Night of the Creeps. So yeah, I like it, and I mean I do like, you know, Pulp Fiction and Heavy Metal a lot.
Yeah. I'll be honest, Heavy Metal was an awkward movie to fucking watch.
There's a lot of nudity.
Watch it with a lot of people.
There's a lot of nudity going on. There's a lot of womanizing going on.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. I was a little surprised when Bianca said, "I'm gonna stay and watch movie night with y'all."
Yeah, I was like,
specifically
man,
Heavy Metal.
This is probably not the one for you to watch.
It's
Bianca,
not.
but
It's not really.
you're an adult. I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
still find it weird that John Candy's character in the second story keeps calling his dick a dork.
Yeah,
And it's just like, there's titties. Just fucking call it a dick.
Well,
God
I mean,
damn it.
like that movie was like, you know, that movie was like thrown together. Like
yeah.
there's-
John Candy characters have more sex in that movie than any other. Because the robot gets it with the Pentagon secretary.
Yeah.
He's a nerd, but then gets transported to another planet where he's a buff dude.
there's a lot of people that become famous after that movie.
I love in that particular short story. It's like, be very quiet. There could be monsters anywhere, and then like
The
it's
guy
not even a hard
dies
cut.
immediately.
It's
Yeah.
immediate monster death. It's just like, God damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the again the little tidbits of especially about Heavy Metal, about how they ran out of money for the animation, so they just blew up a dollhouse for the end scene.
No. They blew up the dollhouse to rotoscope it.
Yeah.
Like, so the blowing
Right.
up the dollhouse was just there, and then
Right.
it just
They didn't have the money to rotoscope
Okay,
it.
so just do the blown
Right.
up dollhouse.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
For me, it's the Barbarians for how much fun I had watching the movie with everyone, and Pulp Fiction for me being able to watch a movie that I personally wanted to see for a very long time.
Yeah,
And be able to talk about it amongst friends.
yeah. Pulp Fiction's great.
Very good stuff. Movies bring people together. Music also brings people
Oh,
together. And
man.
sometimes
Yes.
it shows the great divides between people. Shinedown. Anyway, it did create one of our favorite characters, which is Bob Shinedown.
Bob
Yes,
Shinedown.
the oldest brother.
Yeah, the oldest brother, and then just all of the other like name
Well, it went,
bands. stuff.
I will say it went uphill from there.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, for sure, for
couldn't
sure.
Go anywhere but.
I
there you
mean,
go.
well, there was also Mr. Bungle. That
Oh
was
fuck! I forgot about that. I had wiped that from my fucking brain.
I fucking did not.
I had wiped that from my fucking brain.
I
I
will say-
I forgot about it
I will
until
say
we started the second half
Shinedown
recording.
was better than Mr.
Oh my god! It's
a win.
The fact he
It's
said
a win.
Shinedown was better than blank. Anything with the blank in it. Oh my
It's a
god!
win.
one of those albums gave me a migrine, and I'll give you a hint. It
Oh,
wasn't Mr.
Shinedown.
Bungle.
It was Shinedown. I know.
It was funny too because
I did not hate the Shinedown album as much as the two of you did. I did not like it,
right.
but I did not hate it.
I like the fact that after we listened to the what was the band that David Diggs had
Clipping.
Oh, clipping.
Dot,
Clipping.
I think dot clipping.
Clipping.
I
Just
think-
clipping.
it's
clipping
Okay.
and
Piano burning.
after
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
after
No,
after piano burning.
Yeah.
Brady's like, we're not
Wait.
going to have a war of like eclectic music, are we? I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no.
Because you'll probably win that one.
Yeah.
Is this
unfortunately.
the notebook that I did the play-by-play for that with?
God,
I
I
think
know
it
what
was.
it is.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
if
that's
it
one of my
was.
favorite moments. Is
18 minutes of a piano burning.
18 minutes of just a
this
piano
is my
burn.
choice. I am not joking about this.
Clipping dot. Okay, yeah,
Okay.
no, yes. So hold on. wait a minute.
It is when you write when
Yes.
you see it like
piano burning 18 fucking minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
There we go.
Oh man, that was a good one.
That was a good
I
one.
was
Yeah.
The first album that Brady recommended,
Sleep Token.
Sleep
Sleep
Token.
Token.
Yeah.
This place will be your.
This place,
Mhm.
yeah. I have just fallen in love with Sleep
Oh,
Token
yeah.
ever since.
There's a funny story for about that too that I mentioned during the episode,
I yelled at Brady calling his music sad and depressing,
which
and I did
was
not like it.
I didn't know this because at the time I wasn't like knowledgeable about Sleep Token, so I didn't know they did this. But so this also sprung us into action of always like listing the actual album listing.
Yeah.
So for a while, Sleep Token released their album normally, and then they would also release an instrumental album at the same time. I did not know this. I thought Sleep Token was an instrumental band.
Yeah.
And so I listened to that album, and I was like, man, this is great. And then I get here, and everybody's like, you know, we're watching wrestling when we used to watch TV in here before we would record, and people are just casually talking about this vocal and that vocal, and I'm like, what are you talking about vocals? Thankfully, I had my earbuds. I'm like, I've got to listen to this album a second time.
There you go.
Yeah, I wasn't clear about that. And that
But
was my fault with that one.
I didn't.
Funny enough, like that's not like super easy to find nowadays. Like on Amazon Music, where I listen to my
Yeah.
stuff, like it doesn't show up anymore.
Right.
Really.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I think when people like, we had different variables of how we did the music. Like, when we started doing it, and it was like everybody picked an album, we all listened to it, and then we
one of us chose 3
we
albums.
came up with a collective of the maximum mix master, which is when one person would pick 3
And
albums.
That was year 3. There were 4 episodes of that, one for each of us. Starting year 4, that's
Ethan
when we
did
started.
get one.
One for
Ethan did not get one.
Ethan
I did get one.
Did
yeah,
you?
at the very end. That was
Oh.
that was I think
Yeah.
that
I
was
was
the
the
last
and one.
episode
And
of the year.
Holder did one too.
And
Oh,
Holder,
did he?
yeah,
I
Holder had
forgot
one.
about
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good one.
What
there,
was
too.
what was Ethan's albums? What did you pick? Was that Shine Down and 2 other albums, or was that something else?
No, it was Californication by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I had blocked that out of my mind.
It was the Seether album that I can't remember which one.
I'd blocked that out of my mind.
And then it was the Foo Fighters.
I
Was I
don't.
not here for that?
I don't.
No,
re-
you were there
you
for
were
that
here.
one.
I
You
don't
were there.
remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember
No,
this.
I want to. This is something
here.
that I want to stress to like everybody at this table. I don't know if I had mentioned this before in the episode. We've done 200 of these. We have done a lot of content.
Yeah.
Now, and I don't mean that in a negative
That's
way.
fair.
We have put out a lot of content.
It's the episode. I remember this very specifically. Jay made the comment. We got to the Foo Fighter album review.
Yeah.
And Jay made the comments that he would trade everything.
Yes.
That Foo
I would
Fighters
trade
would
every
do.
food. I would, and I even admitted also too that this. I know that this is a bad trade. I would trade every I would eliminate Foo Fighters from existence if I could have one more Nirvana album.
Yeah.
I know that's a shit trade. I know, but
Sure.
that's emotion over
the
reason.
only
in
thing
them.
I remember, and the only reason why I remember anything about being involved in whatever episode that was, is the fact that I hate that era and slightly before and after of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and did not want to listen to that album, but I did for the show.
My problem with like the singles off of that album are really, really good, and then the rest of the album was not.
Yeah, I did not like Dirt.
I remember because I remember like really like when I first learned like got into the Red Hot Chili Peppers when I was younger, and I got that album, and I was like, oh man, I only like the stuff that I've heard on the radio and MTV.
Right.
Like Californication, Other Side, and Scar Tissue are really good.
Yeah.
And every other song on here
Is ass. Yeah, you have like I'll throw this
Except
up.
maybe Around the World I can listen to.
We're
every
gonna be
once in a
on
while.
music for a minute because I gotta say this. So, like for Red Hot Chili Peppers, it is Mother's Milk, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and that's where I stop.
Oh, okay.
So that's just how I feel about it.
Was Blood Sugar the one that had the Stevie Wonder remake Higher Ground, or
No,
is
That was Mother's Milk.
That was Mother's Milk.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
Mother's Milk.
Yeah, that was early.
I think when we were doing the mix master, when Jay did 3 Ghost albums, that was cool.
Yeah. That also introduced me to Ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
that was enjoyable.
And it also it kept the question going about which album is the one that you consider the album, because in that situation we had Meliora.
Yeah.
And Meliora, and then you have the Meliora extended version. And the thing about Meliora's extended version, that's the version that has Square Hammer on it. And which do you? And so I thought I loved that debate of when you have different versions of the album,
right?
Which one do you consider the actual album? Recently, I've reconsidered that with The Weeknd with Hurry Up Tomorrow, because there were a number of releases. There was an 8-track one. There was a full album, and then there was a fuller album with extra stuff. Which one do you consider the actual work? I think that's a valid question to sometimes think about when you're thinking about your music.
Musicians are really bad about doing that now, because then they can release variant records and it adds to their amount.
I mean, they have
Taylor Swift has entered the chat.
Taylor Swift does it. All the pop stars do it.
The variants. I'm not.
Y'all have no idea how much time and energy and money both me and Bianca's put in. To getting.
I'll tell you
specific colored albums.
I'll tell you something really nefarious. So there's and it's not just one, but there's apparently I saw a YouTube thing on this. And it was probably, it's like, oh, Taylor Swift or whatever. And this guy goes, hold my beer. Let's talk about K-pop for a second. So there's a K-pop band. It's like 8 dudes. They have a different.
That does not narrow it down.
They have, I know, they have a different varied color to each one of the vinyls that has their picture on each one of these different 8 variations, and each one has a single on it with the regular songs that are on the album, and the single is slightly different on each one of these 8 albums. So you have to, if you want, you like the band, you got to buy all 8 albums, which is why they were able to say our album sales are X. Yeah, because they sell the same album 8 times to the same person.
That's a problem that happens nowadays. It's really messed up, to be quite honest.
But deluxe albums, though, back on what Jay was saying, deluxe albums have been around for a while. And there's another topic I always like saying, the double albums is like the stamp of death for most bands, not in the way that you would normally think. For example, you have was it Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness was the high watermark for Smashing Pumpkins. Just like the
commercially, artistically, the whole gamut.
That's everything's in that one. Not to say that Gish and the one that was after that are bad or anything like that. Those are great albums leading up to Melancholy, but after Melancholy, to me personally, that's it. That's their crescendo. Yeah. Right. The same thing could be said for Andre 3000 and I can't remember the one. Yeah. When they did that separate
Speaker Box, The Love Below.
Yeah. When they did that, that was it. That was their crescendo. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
I want to say I would have never listened to the album 10 Silver Droplets if Jody had
the
never
Secret
mentioned
Machines.
it.
Yeah. I really regret afterwards picking their second album after everybody's feedback. I really think that the first album would have been a better choice. But hey, later on down the road, baby. Later on down the road.
Never know. Episode 2. No.
We also went into making playlists of specific songs.
That was almost a thing.
No, I mean, that's been a thing. We've done at least 2 or 3 of them.
Well, I mean,
I like that
where
it
you would
combined
actually
our
listen to the music.
Our chalkboard.
Well,
yeah.
Well, it's songs that we're already familiar with.
Well, yeah.
I like that it incorporated our chalkboard debates in the musical era in a way that was different. That
it was a way for us to do music stuff without having
to do a lot of homework.
For the 3 people who are still in this room with me, we still have the 80s party hits.
Man,
by DJ Toto, which is our name because Travelers on the Omnibus.
Right.
But we're not to be confused with Toto, who did the soundtrack for Dune
and Bless the Rains and
Do You Bless the Rains? I want to use that in an RPG where the character goes, "Do you bless the rains?" And it's just an esoteric thing. Speaking of RPGs, the Omnibus Plays series of things where we have done a whole bunch of RPGs.
Yeah. Did we ever?
It started with Blades in the Dark. We have done Aegon. We have done City of Mist. We have done the Cypher system. We have done D&D.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think of anything else. I've done I mentioned the Marvel system.
We did the Marvel.
We did the Marvel system there. It's something I'd like to revisit more. And I think with the non-video portion of us being non-video, I think it's the easiest way to kind of put that content.
Yeah. Well, before Ethan went on sabbatical, and even before he was about to get that new job, I was going to like, I had some that were in the pipeline, and because of like things of like we haven't been able to like do things regularly, or I'll be here regularly, we've kind of put that on the back burner.
Yeah,
so that's why we haven't done as many, because I had like several that I was thinking of doing. I think I talked to y'all about the Sentinels of the Multiverse RPG. Like I have it's like a campaign that we could do from like
I just recently got Blade 68, which is the supplement that takes it from Victorian into pre-World War I era stuff into the roaring 60s of cool crimes, spy thriller, and weird science.
And I've been running Lancer for the past like X amount of months, so I would like to at some point in the future run the Lancer game.
Before Elliot came, we had finished our weekly Sunday game of D&D, and so now I just, even before Baby came, like RPGs has just been like freed up for me.
Yeah.
So,
and I just recently got Legends of the Mist, which is the fantasy version of City. The people who make City, it's the same. It's almost the same system.
Instead of like noir,
it's what they call rustic fantasy. I've already talked to Jody about this, so he's going to hear it again. But it's basically like it's more about like ordinary people like going to eventually like starting off and like realizing, oh, there's a big wider world, and then getting more involved, and then doing kind of great, going from low to greatness. And it's also like the world is such that like magic is very, very sparse. And everything's very like kind of like it says rustic and homey. So it's interesting, and the way it changes up the system, because you know how in City of Mist there was you had a list of moves that you could take. Well, this is just tell me what you want to do, find tags that fit to that, and then make your roll. And then I apply consequences.
Right.
And they even have like a little book that came with to be like, okay, I want to do this kind of thing. How do I explain that, and then what are some potential consequences for that? Like, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
It seems like really good, and it has like a little like campaign thing that maybe not here, but I do want to eventually run, because I've been reading through it and it does sound very interesting. And it also works with like, you can kind of create a like really easy, because they give you like these little vignettes, like say, okay, you want them to be like traveling through the mountains. Here's like a whole bunch of things that you could like, challenges that you could put before them, and consequences and all that kind of thing. So it's really cool how it does that. So yeah, that's one. And I have some like short like one shots that I was thinking of, like, oh man, this would be good, because they just got a one shot for the newest free RPG day that I picked up.
I want to explore Vysen, because you got me the Vysen, which I had seen, and it was like, and had
that one,
which I'm really I like the notion of horror that is not necessarily like Anglo horror, like English horror, like the Nordic horror. Really kind of like
folksy stuff. Yeah.
Wait, what? And even then, like, I mean, you have Anglo folk horror. Like, most of our fairy tales come from like Ireland, Scotland,
Germany,
and a bit Germany, but more really when you think about
Scandinavia.
The stuff that you normally encounter is fair folk of like the English Isles. Going north of that and across the other part of the Atlantic to getting to that, where it like.
Yeah, Scandinavian you don't see very much.
And the interpolations of that eventually came over. Now you're getting the closer to the raw original. That speaks to me. Absolutely speaks to me.
Yeah. And I've got like 5 RPGs coming other RPGs coming this year. So
yeah. We still haven't done fucking Old Gods of Appalachia, which is something that we talked about.
That's true.
For good reason.
Well, I mean, there's a whole library of shit.
Yeah.
You know.
We call it the pile.
I mean, there's a pile of shame for sure.
Well, I've got the Cosmere RPG. The Stormlight stuff came last year, and I wanted to run something.
Didn't you run it last year's?
I ran like the one shots.
Okay.
I haven't like ran.
Yeah, I played in one of those little things you did though.
Yeah, because I did like a test run with y'all, and then I ran it at NarbyCon. and then the Mistborn stuff is coming, which I think that world is going to be easier, and like the way things work is going to be easier to get people into, because the magic system isn't like tied as much to story as the Stormlight is.
I found out Brandon Sanderson and Ken Jennings, the Jeopardy champion, were college roommates.
Oh, nice.
And that information just confuses
That
me.
really
and I'm
doesn't
okay with
surprise me.
Yeah. Another thing I like about Lancer, let's talk about Lancer for a second, is that you can make a character in 5 minutes with Lancer, because they have a website called CompCon, and it's like click and drag. So if you start at like level 0, you can only do this, you can only do that, and here's your options. Yeah, you can make a character in like 5-10 minutes, and same thing for your mech. Also, it's very straightforward as long as you're not running it. But as far as the story stuff goes, because there's a background of like, hundreds of years of military mech wars or whatever. I don't use any of that. But for a sandbox guy like me, it's fantastic, and let's just throw people into the thing and like start blowing shit up. It's great.
Yeah,
we never made an episode out of it, but Land of Eam, like I really enjoyed
that. Was
that
a really cool thing.
That was some of the funnest I've ever had running an RPG.
That would be more of a like that. Was it Aegon, where you had to like, and it was like we had to do a couple of sessions of that too.
That was what that one was supposed to go 1. It went 2. City of Mist was supposed to go 1.
It went 3 or 4. It went 4. Yeah,
and
4.
I enjoyed every single episode.
Oh yeah, no, it was fantastic. I think Aegon was probably out of everything we've done on the show, was probably the most immersed I was in any of it.
That's another John Harper joint along with Blades
that
in the Dark.
that was fantastic. They were all fun, but that one I got into the most, I think.
Tim Denis, who was the primary designer on Blade 68, he designed Blades in the Dark is my favorite RPG of the last 10 to 15 years, as far as new and what you can do with that. Sure. And there's so many like, you think about it now, or rather I think about it, and it's like, of course, why wouldn't you do this way? Like the clock system is single-handedly like one of the best, most revolutionary things, and all it was is just drawing a pie chart on the thing and filling in stuff. And I
use it in games that don't even have that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a good tool. Like a lot of places, a lot of RPGs nowadays will just throw that in. It's like, here's a tool that you can use.
Yeah.
Jay had that in off show. He ran Fabula Ultima.
Yeah,
and that had a clock system.
Fabula, like, and they literally say we stole this from John Harper. And it's like, no, he's one. But get back to Tim Denis. Tim Denis made my second favorite RPG system and setting of the last 10 to 15 years, which was Deathmatch Island. That's one I desperately want to run. If I do another that Omnibus plays.
Like, is a play on the Aegon system, right? Or am I
yes,
wrong?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah. No, like you can.
That's a very interesting system.
It is,
but he makes it his own. Because as soon as we got done playing Aegon, I bought Aegon because eventually I want to play and or run it for other people because I love the way it all just kind of comes. I love the way that the mechanics are so thematic, and it's story above stat building. It's play your character, make a story, and be happy with the consequences, both good and bad. Just fantastic. I'm a huge fan of John Harper stuff. But no, Tim Denis, Deathmatch Island is another one. It's yes, we have systems, and the systems are good and they're simple. You can grasp them easily and just move on from that. But it's the story, it's the settings that really kind of bring everything home. Like
stuff.
we've been blessed with some of the best settings, I think. Like Crooked Moon, which is a 5th edition supplement.
That one got me interested in doing something with 5th edition.
Again.
For sure.
I wish we could have got to play that one more.
A little bit more,
yeah.
Time and Tide, and part of it for me is the fact that I'm off on weekdays instead of weekends.
But yeah, I'm getting also Nimble 5e, which I'm really looking forward to. Because the thing that I've been looking for with a lot of these things is like where you get some of the crunch of 5th edition when it comes to like creating your character and like thinking of things and stuff like that.
Right.
And this one kind of gives it because it does a lot of stuff that is based in 5e, but then it also doesn't. But then it does some things that like kind of speed up things and make things feel, if not like when you look at the clock, it might go the same amount, but it feels quicker.
Different, yeah.
Like things as simple as you don't fucking roll to hit. You just roll the damage die, and if you roll a 1 on that damage die, you missed with that damage.
Right.
You know, and what do you do if you're rolling something that rolls 2d6? Well, whichever you roll it on the ground on the table, and whichever one lands the leftmost, that's your primary die. If that one's a 1, it misses.
Yeah.
Monsters, big monsters that are like boss monsters, they're gonna go after everybody's turn.
Mm-hmm.
And they also, like, once you get them to half health, they become bloodied, which means that they become more dangerous.
Right.
Things like that. Like, it does a lot, but you also still get I get to choose my class and I get to pick all the little things and everything like that. So it does that, and that's what I'm really excited about that, because I do want something that is like that. It's that high fantasy with that kind of crunchiness of like picking out what I want to do, with my character and things like that. So when that stuff comes in, I'm really hoping that we can maybe do something with that.
Yeah, one more thing before, I know we got a lot of other things to talk about, but one more thing, like off show that we did that Brady ran, and it was really fun, was like Mouse Ritter.
Oh yeah,
that was real
Mouse
fun.
Ritter was another one that I really liked.
That was real fun.
That system that's the best like campaign stuff that I've ever read.
Mm-hmm.
The way it does the estate campaign, and I've got another one that's coming out soon.
Yeah,
that I'm gonna pick up called Junk City. But the way it's just like, here's this kind of sandbox, and here's all the little adventures that they can go on, and here's how they link, and you can link them together in these ways. They can find this thing over here, and here's the factions and what they can work towards, and everything like that, and the variety of what and the fact that also it's super gorgeous because they're all in like these trifold pamphlets that are all the artwork is done by a different person in every single one, so they all feel different. But yeah, Mouse Ritter is great. That whole was it the Into the Odd system I really like, because I also like Cairn.
Cairn,
which we never got to.
We never got to play that one.
But it's like it's more of like the Shadow Dark type dark fantasy style
stripped down.
Yeah, stripped down thing. But it uses the same almost the exact same system as if you know how to play Mouse Ritter, you can play that one.
Right.
Very like it's the same. It's pretty much the same.
It's not difficult.
But we did Liminal Horror.
Oh yeah, we also
that's right. We did do that on the show.
I
was thinking
vomited while recording.
That one also uses that Into the Odd system, which I'm getting the deluxe version of that.
Oh, very nice.
Which I'm excited about because it looks really cool.
Friend of the show,
I've gotten the PDF.
Jason Holder is getting public access, which I'm really excited about.
That one's cool too, because that uses the Brindlewood Bay system.
Yes,
that'd be a good one to do
system
on the show.
And that's a system like I've thought of getting some things of that, and I just never pulled the trigger.
Yeah. If you go by Quinn's, which Quentin Smith from Quinn's Quest.
Oh yeah.
He's generally finger on the pulse of, and
anytime
public access is the one to go.
Anytime an RPG that he does, he has a video of it come out, like the next day it's sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how it works.
Dude,
every single time.
I already own like the Delta Green stuff on digital because I got it off Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
But after his like episode on King in Yellow, which is basically like the biggest fucking story module,
Impossible Landscapes
I've ever fucking seen, not just for that game, but for any game.
Yeah.
Like it's double the size of any of the D&D big modules.
Damn.
I've said this before, but I do, because in the indie space now in gaming, that's where your innovation and that's where your true creativity is being shown, both in RPGs, in board gaming, and in video games. That's where you're seeing like creative ideas, new designs.
Yeah.
Old designs with new implementations that are just like to me advancing the art form that these are. And I'm just great and grateful to have a platform like this where we can talk about it and engage with it.
100%.
So absolute.
Yeah.
We are a field trip through nerd and pop culture, which means we will go anywhere, we will study anything, and we will give you our opinions on it. We don't just shy away to movies and music. We talk about lots of things. We talk about times in places in space. I remember Nerd Art Nouveau, how art for quote unquote nerd properties has now become like the fashionable thing to do and fashionable thing to do stuff. We've talked about a lot of times we will do our brief sequential histories on certain topics. We've done Capcom as far as video games go. We are willing to engage in looking into and giving our opinions on both from a historical standpoint of looking back and seeing what these things were, and then giving our own recollections of it. So in our kind of offshoots of our brief non-sequential histories, what's some of the stuff that you remember from that?
I mean, besides non-sequential histories, like I like the we talked about what was it? We talked about like rogues galleries. That was a fun episode where we talked about like, you know, the thing about like heroes that make heroes interesting, because I'm gonna put this out there. No matter how much I care about like certain characters in the comic book realm or whatever, movies or whatever, Batman by himself is a very boring and brooding guy. He's just a dude with money and a utility belt. And you know, villains really make the man. You know, and then you know, coming across the villain, look at the villains like outside, you know, I mean, I should say closer in, because like outside the cosmic, you know, universes of Marvel and DC like go way out. So there's a lot of shit. But if you like look in like, you know, Spider-Man and Batman have some of the best villains of you know, of those both properties, you know. And talking about that was really interesting, because you come across like, oh man, and somebody would bring up, because I never read Flash, somebody goes, well, Anti-Flash is really, you know, pretty good, you know, and finding out shit that I had no idea was, you know, it was fun talking about that.
Okay, there you go. I thought that had more legs, but apparently.
Well, I mean, I was just talking about the episode we did. I mean, outside of our you know, segmented stuff that we, you know, that we would go off of.
It's not a brief non-sequential history of, but one of the things that has probably affected me the most from this show is I would have never played fucking Magic.
Oh, that's true. That was a point I was going to bring up.
I wouldn't have 20 fucking commander decks.
So much so that we had to start splitting off our Magic talks because they would go long in the episodes.
Okay, so I'll also throw in my hat on that. I would have never touched any Warhammer or anything of that nature.
But you still haven't touched any since then. I fucking have spent so much fucking money.
That's true. but to be fair, neither have y'all really that much. Compared.
I mean, yeah, because I've been doing it for what, 2 years.
Well, no, I'm talking about Warhammer.
Oh,
yeah.
No, he's been playing a good. He's played a good bit.
I'm not saying he hasn't. I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm not around when, you know, it's one of those things.
Well, that and also the regular shop doesn't do miniatures that much. Like
it's really hard to do pickup games of Warhammer anyway.
Yeah,
also
around here.
But my point,
if you don't have the community already there, then yes, it is.
My point. Well, I mean, you know, that yeah.
And it's not just Warhammer. Like
any hobby.
One of the things, like War Machine died and then was resuscitated
and died again.
And it's slowly crawling out of the bed.
Yeah, out of the quagmire. Yeah. But yeah, I would have never played any miniature games. But for the same reason of I'm stubborn and I don't want to. I got to learn something new and it's expensive.
Thinking about that, what we probably should have done was either play Kill Team or Warcry with y'all, or to be honest, like what they have now with Spearhead would have been like the perfect thing instead of playing 1,000-point game.
Well, I enjoyed the experience.
Yeah,
I did, and I would have never had that experience if it wasn't for that show. For this show, you know, but
I think it probably would have like piqued interest a little bit more.
Maybe,
to play like
and also, I mean, you know, the problem with big companies that make games, when I already deal with one that doesn't care about its fan base, I don't want to deal with a second one that doesn't care about its fan base, which is like, pricing out the hobby or making bad decisions and like usurping not fuck any words changing rules like within like
I want to get to the truth. Not bad decisions.
Yeah.
Anti-consumer decisions.
Yeah. No, I didn't mean bad decisions. No.
That's why I wanted to put it in bright lights
for the consumer. Poor decisions for the consumer.
Ethan, you got some.
One thing throughout the past 5 years, a running joke is how young I am compared to all of y'all.
Yeah.
And
That's sounding bitter. I'm very terrified right now.
It will always be the case. Continue on.
Me being able to find similarities and discuss things that I'm passionate about with y'all, despite the age difference.
Sure.
Of us, being able to find passion and enjoyment in things and being able to talk about those with y'all and really just enjoying things that I already like, but in a space that everyone else around me does.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I think that's
learning
been
more about the hobbies that I enjoy.
I think that's been one of the hidden kind of benefits, at least for us personally, is the fact that it's kind of crystallized the notion that the generations have similar interests, have similar likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
It's just that the flavors of them are different for the generations. And I think it's been cool to be able to kind of engage that, especially with you, because again, the age difference is there where we can actually call it generational.
Right.
And it's always very fascinating to see your opinion on these things. And how it reflects with our opinion. And even amongst the three of us, Brady's just slightly younger enough that it's a different generation than, say, Jody's. I'm kind of maybe a bridge for that. I'd leave everybody else kind of there because I take a little bit from X and I take a little bit from Y, if I could say it that way.
You mean Generation X and Millennials?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, sure. I do want to briefly touch on the magic thing and the reason why,
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No. You're good. It's also like stars aligned in different ways. Like, for example, I got Holder back into Magic because Bloomborough was coming out at the time, and I said, "Hey, do you like Redwall?" And then Holder, because he got dragged into it because it's my fault. I'm going to take full credibility for this. You can blame me for all your financial decisions. And then Holder bought Brady a deck because he wanted to get Brady hooked on it. But here's the thing: Jay started collecting cards because Final Fantasy came out. And then made a decision that he won, and
because my brain started rotting,
and he started having like, I don't want to get Alzheimer's, so I'm going to start another hobby.
I don't think I ever expressed it directly on the show. So this was a bit of a scare for me. I'm a night owl because I work nights, and so so I was at home and I was just kind of hanging out, and I was thinking about my mom, and I couldn't recall her name for an hour, and Alzheimer's and that stuff runs in my family.
Yeah.
It took the life of my grandmother. I believe it was part of taking the life of my mother. And it's something that I like. The reason why I engage in games and teaching games and playing games is because it's something that it keeps my mind active, keeps my mind moving, because I believe that if I ever started catching the doldrums, my brain will go right out my ears.
Yeah.
And when I had that scare, and it was a scare, and this may be an overreaction. I'm more of a man, more man enough to realize that it may have been an overreaction, but to not remember the name of someone that important to me for that long. It was a bit of a wake up call. And so I wanted something that was familiar, that I could get back into without having to put a lot of thought into it, but then something that would then generate and like start burning brain cells to kind of keep me up and moving on that. No. I initially wanted the Terra deck because that had the copy of Locke, because Locke Cole is my favorite character from Final Fantasy.
Sure.
And then my brain stopped working. I was like, well, okay, this would be an easy thing. And it's like, oh, I remember how to do this.
Right.
I remember how to do this. Let's kind of do this. And I've been slowly building up from there. And it's been nice to be back. I wish it was standard. In fact, just now something I forgot. I am building a standard deck.
Nice.
Ooh.
I'm building the Bant Ang at the Crossroads, Swift Savior, and the Bear Druid from fucking which that card makes all of that fucking work. Yeah,
I like that.
Oh
deck.
yeah, it's exile
I
and
like
bounce,
it.
and I fucking love every bit of that. So yeah, it's something I've loved getting back into because it's both nostalgic and it's also making my mind work.
Yeah.
Which let me come back then to the show. This show, this was going to be part of the thank yous, but I'm thinking about it now.
Sure.
This show has part and parcel kept me alive the last 5 years. And I don't necessarily mean like it, it's life support, but what it is it's something that I put thought into. It's something that I look forward to doing. It's something I get to hang out with friends and then talk. And then if anybody else wants to listen to this, it's available. And if you do, thank you, passengers. And if you don't want to, it's okay. There's a lot of other stuff out there that you can listen to. Glad that you may have been here for just a couple minutes. But yeah, this has kept me moving forward, has kept my brain kind of working because I lost my mom in 2018. COVID happened in 2020. It really, especially with work and with the rise of AI, like so much, like I resent the fact that one of the Taco Bells I go to uses an AI to tell me. It's like,
hate that shit.
it's like,
Oh, I know which one you're talking
oh
about.
yeah, I know,
also
yeah.
avoid that.
Most of
we've
them
had
do now.
Yeah, most of them do. Like the one in Ocean Springs on Bienville doesn't, which I'm grateful for.
That's why I've started using the app. So all I have to do is say that I have
an order on the
have
app.
an order
Right.
for me.
Yeah, but it has made me acutely aware of the human connection that when you lose someone or when we have been forced to be separated, this coming together, however, if it was weekly, bi-weekly, if we come together once a month, this keeps me going. It's not the only thing that keeps me going, but it is one of the pieces that keeps me going that I enjoy doing. And that is why I've enjoyed 200 episodes in 5 years of this. And I want to do this for another 200 episodes, another 5 years or 10, or if it ended tomorrow, which I don't want it to do, but if it ended tomorrow, I am so grateful to have had this time with the three of you and with everyone who is listening to this right now.
Yeah,
So
I'm
definitely want to say
also to piggyback off of what Jay's saying. I feel like the same because I lost my fiance in 2019, and then COVID happened, and then when we talk about the other show, whenever that comes up, probably soon. When I got invited to be part of that took me out of the mindset that I was in and definitely helped me move in a better direction mentally, and being involved in the show and making friends or making bonds stronger through this show has helped me in a lot of ways that I can't really even put words into. So
when the other show, I had just moved out of my dad's house, moved in with a buddy, and even then I was still, even now I'm still trying to like figure out my life and trying to figure out how exactly I want to go, how I want to go about the rest of my life and what I want to do exactly. And it started with one night Jay offering for me to stay and just chill out with him and Logan. We're gonna say his name eventually. And
he is not verboten.
And that snowballed drastically into right now where I'm able to I've spent the best part of the past 5 years with the three of you and everyone else who has been on the show and really enjoyed my time. And so I just thank all of y'all.
Yeah. Just to add to that, it has been a joy to watch you grow up in the last 5 years. Like Oh no, he's caught himself on wires. I'm trying to be. I'm trying
The
to.
chalkboard ate
I'm
Ethan.
trying to be sincere in the
Somehow
room.
we'll
The
have to-
AI is killing us.
The chalkboard, the
Sorry
chalkboard
about
was
that
eating
moment of
Ethan.
panic.
Oh, my
Somehow we'll have to move on without
The
him.
chalkboard is eating Ethan is both metaphorical and actual now. It's the way it is. But yet, no, it has been a joy, and it for whatever positives to have been a part of that. I am grateful, and if it has ever been a burden to you, I apologize. But it has been a fantastic 5 years seeing you go from, like I said, leaving the home of your parent to become having the home where you are raising your child. And it is, I legitimately mean this. It is a joy. It is an absolute joy. And I, again, whether this lasts a day or for forever and a day going forward, I hope nothing but the very best for you and Bianca and for Elliot. I truly mean that, brother.
Well then, so this show wouldn't exist if we hadn't have been on a show previous.
Yes.
This is we're engaging full on thank you mode.
A friend of mine, Logan Stotler.
Friend of ours for mostly.
Well, I'm talking from my own personal
Yeah.
perspective. I'm not going to speak for anybody else right now. Maybe later I will. On a random Wednesday, I came up to the shop and couldn't get a game in, and Logan was there. And we had talked before about some random nerd shit, and we started talking about a movie. We started talking about a movie that we both loved, ironically, and enjoyed. Ironically, Jay hates this movie, but
do you mean Jupiter Ascending?
so we talked about, man, if Ed Wood was alive and had the money, this would be the movie he would make.
Those are both impossibilities.
Because to make a good bad movie, typically you wanna miss one thing. You wanna either have bad acting, a bad script, or no money, or maybe there's a fourth thing I'm not thinking of. But Jupiter Ascending had money.
Yeah.
And so we talked about that movie for way longer than we should have, probably like 2 or 3 hours, where he would say something and I would go, yes, Channing Tatum, space werewolf with the rocket boots. Mm-hmm. That movie has dinosaurs with roller skates on them. That conversation led to Logan asking me afterwards, would you like to be on a podcast? And I went, that sounds fun. Yeah. And that's how my part started.
Yeah, we were about, I think, maybe like 8 to 12 episodes.
Yeah,
in.
you were already in.
Yeah, the podcast was called Rogues of the Coast, which is the name of Logan's YouTube channel as well, which is by the way is still going strong. He is still producing content. Please check out Rogues of the Coast at your earliest convenience. But we started just basically as a random, just like, what kind of stuff are we doing right there? And right then was Pokemon scalping and various Nintendo things. And then it just kind of grew from there. And then when Jody joined on, it opened up a lot of doors to a lot of discussions. We found out that Mortal Kombat is a 2D side scroller if it's on the PlayStation. That was a very important thing that we found out then. And then we immediately trashed that information, but what can you do?
I mean, Sub-Zero's mythologies is anyway.
And alongside that, and then Ethan got brought along, and Ethan was initially going to be a producer.
Just a tech guy.
And then he started having thoughts, and the thoughts were good. And so we put them on there. Yeah. And then, unfortunately, with time and tide, Logan got a cool bump at a new job, which allowed him to make more money. But the timing of it was not going to work for the podcast. Right. Rogues of the Coast, the podcast ended there again. Like I said, Logan has gone on to do some very good work in the YouTube space. Definitely check his stuff out. I definitely want you to. But when that kind of did, it's like, no, we still want to talk. Yeah. And we need somebody to kind of counterbalance like what's going on here. And legitimately, and I mean this as I'm looking you straight in the eye, I could not think of a better fourth who is not a fourth. These are all equal firsts. Yeah. You bring prep and you bring thoughtfulness and you bring a desire to express good thoughts and to put good ideas out so that they can either be debated or at least be, okay, it's out in the universe. And so, Brady, I'm very grateful that you came on board with
me
this
too.
Because this is a 4-part engine. Any one part of this doesn't work, and it's absolutely true with yours, brother. And so I'm greatly appreciative of the fact that you've been here throughout all that.
Appreciate that.
I will say this: there's no one else I would much rather have a bus fight with than you.
Nah.
There you go.
There's also me. I've also been very egregious with you.
Yes, but so bus fight, our one and only bus fight,
Our
which
one
we thought
bus
was going to
fight.
be a cool idea, and we just never went back to it.
We just never really
where
went back
two of
to
us
it.
just debate at one another, and it was great. And it was a great idea.
Well, it ended up one of us wrote an essay, and the other one went, I don't know, I just feel like I like the other one's better. And we were like, well, that doesn't work very well for content.
We'll let y'all decide who was who.
Y'all know you've been listening. If this is the only one you've ever listened to, you know exactly who wrote the essay and who just said feelings, emotions. Anyway,
Like,
Brady brings a notebook for what he's been doing. He's way better than any of us.
no, I write shit down because I'll forget.
no,
otherwise.
hang on. I have
He
a notebook
legit
tonight.
writes a
true.
notebook.
That's
That's
true.
been here since episode 1.
That's true. That's very true.
No, sir, that goes back to Rogues of the Coast.
Yeah,
it just does.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Exactly. Episode 1.
Well, technically at that point, it's like Godzilla -1. It's the Godzilla -1 notebook of.
We've gone to ludicrous
Yeah,
speed.
there we go. No, we're only at Plaid.
Spaceballs Phase 9. All right, moving on.
That's gonna be great. I can't wait.
I find Spaceballs to be his most overrated movie. But yeah, I enjoy talking about things that I like, and I enjoy like sharing things that I like with people, with friends. So yeah, it's been kind of a no-brainer. I mean, sometimes it can be a slog when you have to listen to Shinedown or Mr. Bungle or watch a movie that you really didn't fucking want to watch. But
The last broadcast.
the last broadcast was fine.
I still can't believe they made that movie
Man,
for
Toxic
under
Avenger is one of
$100,000.
the
Yeah,
Toxic Avenger is one of the worst things that we
That
If,
was-
if you'll notice, I didn't bring that up as one of the
That
movies
was-
we've watched. I
that was
don't
rough.
think.
That definitely
Don't think. Maybe I did.
We
Hang
should
on.
probably have tried to have watched that one together because
Honestly,
Yeah.
like real talk,
Probably would have been
I
much
think I
better,
would have
but-
I would have hated it more.
Probably.
quite possibly.
Like
Yeah.
I'm currently at I didn't like it.
Yeah.
If I like it's if you're watching your friends suffer,
Mm-hmm.
going all the way back to our initial episode, Better with Friends.
Oh, yeah.
Everything is better with friends except torture. You don't
Yeah,
want to see your
yeah.
friends tortured, and I think that's what would have happened if we had watched the Toxic Avenger.
Kevin
the same way.
Bacon
I feel
in
like
a
that's
Halloween
the exact
mask
same
from
statement
Kmart.
you made from the first episode.
Yes,
Quite
it is
possible.
100%. Yes, the
110%.
So the thesis statement made in episode 1 comes back.
I just
in
want to throw
episode
this
200.
out there for anybody thinking about writing or directing a movie and you've got no money. The reason why B movies work isn't because B doesn't stand for bad. It stands for budget. The lack thereof most of the time. And you're trying to make the best movie you can with the money that you've got. Now the problem is when you're, a production company that's known for making bad movies, a lot of times people try and make bad on purpose, and it doesn't work because it doesn't come off as being sincere.
Yes.
And that was the problem with it. The Toxic Avenger movie could have been good. It could have been good in certain ways, but they made their choices, and it was mediocre, which is terrible and worse than bad.
Yeah.
All right.
So last bit, we have 2 very long running things. One ended this year, maybe, and that was our readings of the first 5 books of the Chronicles of Amber.
Oh, yeah.
It was our second episode. Was the first book, and every year we've had it. We did that. That was our quote unquote longest running series. But our second longest running series, if I would say it's the hallmark of is our chalkboards. Chalkboards were an idea. It's like, let's come together. It's semi debate, semi trolling, maybe. It's depending on the topic. A little bit of everything, but it's basically a discussion where we try to boil down a broad topic into the 5 best in the world all time, full stop. Clearly, that is tongue in cheek. We definitely want to present, we want to present, at least for, I think, our own list. want to present our authentic. This is what we think they're the 5 best in this. But that has been some of the most fun that we've had. It resulted in the murder of the Legend of Zelda, in where Jody just absolutely murdered it. The evolution of the magic bullet, which used to be one for every person on the show,
Which was a bad idea.
Yeah, and then it came down to one person,
Which
just
was a
has
good
it.
idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
So basically, what I say is, get rid of the bullets in the world. Oh my God, we're woke now.
Except
oh
for
no,
we need one bullet. You got to have one bullet.
You have to have something that is a point of contention.
Yeah.
For a say, and also like if there's going to be an impossible, well, I say this, and there's no real way to get through that. Somebody can always get through.
Get that out of here.
In the past 5 years, we've only had one episode where we've had 2 near identical lists.
That's very true. Yeah, it's all one of the cool things I think just inside the group is the fact how similarly we are and how disparate we are depending on the topic.
Yeah,
and I think when we have those shared lists, I think that's fun. But when we have there's 20 options and
they're
all of them
different.
are different.
Yeah,
shit. How are we doing this, baby?
Yeah, that's when the getting to the 5 takes forever, but putting them in order in the 5 is really fast. It's either one way or the other. Yeah. It's either like immediately we figure it out, and then like the second part of it takes us forever, or it takes us forever and we can find it out quickly. Like it's
I think my favorite chalkboard is the music videos one.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
It was very clear cut to the point, like no debate whatsoever. Because it was just like very precise. Like how we wanted it.
That's a good one. I after the fact and in editing, I love the ones where it gets contentious.
Of course,
because
more interesting.
It's not so much. It's more interesting. Is I love discussion. I love debate. I love argument. And I don't mean argument in the negative sense. I mean there are 2 conflicting views, and we want to talk that out and say. And one of the things also, and you can sometimes tell just from how the discussion goes, we'll present all of our lists, and then subconsciously, given the kind of an overall theme that kind of generates from everybody once their lists are available, you get this thing where it's like, okay, this is my personal number 1. But I see where this would, not just because other people picked it multiple times, but like just like this makes a more representative category of what would be the best for everyone. And I like the way the kind of oil on water of those discussions kind of go sometimes. It's a joy afterwards. Sometimes it's not a joy in the middle. I'll tell you, we've had a few that's like, oh shit. Like this is like how are we going to fucking settle this?
One would argue that makes it interesting.
After the fact,
yes, after the fact,
but inside,
that can be anything. That can be anything during the process. It's terrible, but it's something you can laugh about later.
Yeah, hopefully. There you go.
Better be.
Favorite chalkboard, I think.
I'm not even going to try.
You said it was your music video one?
I'm not even going to try. Probably one of the 5 wrestling ones. Where I picked Roddy Piper as number 1.
There you go.
Whichever one that is.
I can't remember which one.
I'll tell you my least favorite one.
Go for it.
When we had 7 people in here.
Yeah, that one was
because it went 3 hours. That's why.
That was the top 5 songs. Oh no, that one had multiple people on, but also the top 5 wrestlers of all time.
Yeah. That's the one. Yeah.
So I was gonna say that was one of, not my favorite, but that was one of my favorite because once again, going back to, I like discussion, I like argument, and that's one where like everybody's coming together. Now I will also say this. That was one where getting it to 5, fucking hard.
Yeah.
Ranking the 5 was like 2 minutes. And it wasn't just about fatigue. Once we boiled that down to the top 5 people, we had our top 5.
The second part of that episode took almost 3 hours. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that one.
There you go.
My favorite was probably movies that Ethan should watch.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Because mine won.
There you go.
It also led us to watch all those movies too.
It led to even more content.
Yeah,
it was content that
we got
created
bullied
content.
to put Die Hard on there.
I will defend that to the last of my days. That is an action movie. If you want to know about 80s action movies,
it's up there.
Die Hard the original Terminator, even though it's more of a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Rambo: First Blood Part 2. Not the original. The original Rambo is almost an art house piece.
That's true. The second one, though.
The second one is like
First Blood.
80. First Blood is First Blood Part 2. Rambo First Blood Part 2.
It's the second movie.
Is a quintessential 80s action.
Yeah. Commando, man.
Commando. That's another good one.
Yeah.
But but Die Hard.
Could keep going.
And Die Hard's the end on that one.
Yeah. Predator.
We're almost doing a chalkboard right now.
I don't give a shit. I'll start throwing some more out there.
There you go. Tune in for episode 214, Chalkboard, the top 5 80s action movies of all time.
Yeah. Come back when I say we should watch all the movies Joe Dante ever directed. Not all of them were Gremlins. All right.
One of them was
One
The
of
Howling.
them was Gremlins too.
Yeah. That's a great movie.
Yeah.
I enjoy Gremlins too. I enjoy it both unironically.
Yeah, same.
And I love it ironically.
I saw that movie in the theater.
I watched Gremlins 2 way more than I think I watched Gremlins 1 like bits and pieces mostly.
2 is way fonder of a movie.
But as a child,
Yeah.
2 was the best because you got a lightning gremlin and a
Spider gremlin.
bat
Spider Gremlin.
Yeah.
I remember the Chef Gremlin.
Like it's,
There's only one problem I have
and
with
Hulk Hogan was in it.
There-
I was fucking 7.
There's-
You put Hulk Hogan in something, I'm gonna watch it.
There's only
I watched Suburban Commando. You know how much that movie sucks ass.
It had the Undertaker in it with red hair.
It had on the cover, it had Hulk Hogan in a cool mech armor thing he wears for 2 minutes.
My problem with Gremlins 2 is that they made P.B. Cates' character's dad dying into a joke in the second one.
Yeah, this is true. Well, Joe Dante did not fucking want to make that movie.
He didn't want to make it.
Fuck it, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want.
The spirit that guided Joe Dante in that movie is the same spirit that guided Lana Wachowski in The Matrix Resurrected.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We're making it without you. Here's the thing.
Yeah, we're going to make it with you or without. Okay,
They should have just let them make it without them, though. Because here's the thing. They're going to keep making Matrix movies without the Wachowskis.
I don't know. I think they pretty much salted the fucking earth on that one for a bit.
They don't have to use
I think that
they
they're
could
still
they
wanting
could use
to
another
make-
character. They don't have to use Neo.
I think they're still wanting
It's
to.
not that they want to make Matrix movies. It's that they want to monetize the IP that is the Matrix.
Well, yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah.
Well, now we're getting
It's
into
the same-
a
that's the same
problem
thing.
with just
Yeah.
studios as a whole and how we do.
Guess what? I'm gonna tell you a little
How we
secret.
do IP.
The gaming company that made Baldur's Gate 3 didn't want to make another one. You know why? Because Hasbro wanted them to put microtransactions in the game.
Yeah.
And so they said, "No, we're not going to make another game with you." And
and I don't blame them for that.
nope.
I
No-
appreciate that.
Nope. So
Now we're getting Divinity.
That's the last good video game you're going to get from any Hasbro production, probably.
Probably.
That has no microtransactions in it. Anyway, sorry. Don't want to put a down note in the end of their this episode.
They were mad because Dragon Age exists, and Dragon Age literally had quest lines that started out with, it's like, hello, I am character in this universe. If you would like to do this quest line, give a real company what the fuck?
Yeah.
We should be joyous. This is the end
Yep.
of the 200th episode, and
Yeah.
so
Happy
we've already-
things.
Yes,
Happy
so
things.
we've already done some of our thanks. I would like to thank some of our contemporaries that moved on from podcasting, but who I would like to return to podcasting. The first off is I would like to thank, he's been mentioned before, let me mention him again, Jason Holder and Michael Hill from the Whiskey and Wrestling podcast. Gentlemen, you started either just before or just after us. I do not remember the timeline.
I think it was a little bit before.
A little bit
started
before us,
before.
yeah.
Yeah.
And as friends, it was great to hear friends talking, but it was also great to hear fans of wrestling talk about wrestling. And so to y'all, thank you very much for producing that content, because I think with y'all producing, it made it easier for us to produce, because people like us are doing the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Or doing a similar thing in the
Well, I
same
mean,
era.
we were borrowing their
And we were also borrowing Jason's
equipment.
equipment.
Roadcaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll say this. I'll throw this out to the Whiskey and Wrestling guys. Here's the thing. I know the personal opinion only. WWE storytelling is terrible right now. AEW's like, all right, those aren't your only options, guys. You can watch Stardom. Stardom's great. They put
Oh,
free
yeah.
episodes on YouTube.
I forgot to tell you, I watched that
That match was fucking
match.
insane,
That match
wasn't
was
it?
really fucking good.
Oh my god.
I get goosebumps watching that one chick's entrance. That
Oh,
was
dude.
That
Yeah.
was like one of the best. And
That shit was awesome.
if I just explain to you what happens, like you're gonna be like, well, how is that even cool?
Right.
But no, like she
It was
has such
badass.
an aura that
Yeah.
like she like radiates this aura.
Oh,
that,
yeah.
that just
Nothing but
doing these
charisma.
these
Yeah.
simple things.
Oh yeah.
Was like, holy shit, this is one of the best things I've ever seen, and that was just the fucking entrance.
Right. Yeah, it was a great.
And
it was
then
a
I
great
watched a
match.
video like actually explaining what the fuck was going on with the match.
Yeah, how
'Cause
about a
even not-
6-year-long feud between two Japanese wrestlers
Yeah,
that culminates in a retirement match?
yeah.
An amazing retirement
Yeah.
match.
I will say, man, the people that they have on afterwards trying to like
Oh, no.
quickly tell you what the fuck they're
yeah.
saying at the
Yeah.
end when they have this like heartfelt
That
thing.
was really annoying.
I was like, man, I don't understand.
Whatever-
I cannot.
whatever translator, they could have just not done
Well,
that.
I think it was just like a wrestler who that
it could have just been in subtitle. You could have just turned on the YouTube subtitles.
Either a wrestler or a former wrestler who just happens to speak decent English.
It was terrible. It was terrible translation. But anyway, it was a fantastic match, though.
Travelers on the Omnibus.
Stardom.
Tangential since 2021.
Yeah, watch Stardom.
There you
It's
go.
great. Marigold. I don't know about.
To Jarrett Hubbard and Kevin, don't call me Blake Shelton
Oh,
of
yeah.
Silence Your Cell Phones. Gentlemen, again, started along the same time as we were. The Supercast was one of my favorite memories of doing all this when we got all three of the casts together.
Mm-hmm.
It was a nightmare to edit, and it still kind of sounds like an echoey echo chamber, but it was one of my favorite things in the world. I loved y'all's reviews of movies, particularly
Mm-hmm.
contemporary ones where you actually went to the theater, talked about theater culture a little bit along with that. Again, I would love to have you back, but if we can't have you back for the time that you were here, it was absolutely blessed and greatly appreciate you. My thanks to Gregory Spanier, Cameron Spanier, and Libby Spanier, the owners and proprietors of MacNarv Gaming in Goshen, Mississippi, that has been the studio space for this podcast since day one, and again since day -1, if we're going to go back to the older podcast.
Yeah.
But thank you for allowing us to use this space from which we record this podcast. Thank you very much for being one of the Zocolos where we can all meet together. And just above all, just thank you for being there. Greatly appreciate it in all ways, shapes, and forms. Gentlemen, do you have any thank yous you want to hand out to anybody?
Yeah, I mean, like we've had intermittently we've had guests on the show. We had JT has been on the show for
Taylor,
Jared Taylor,
Joseph Navarro.
Joseph
Navarro has been on the show.
Lately, he's been filling in for Ethan as Ethan deals with a child. So that's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm dealing with a child.
Aaron Bernard was in our
I've
chalkboard.
had a baby. You've been dealing with a child. You might not want to say it because it's all new. You're dealing with a child.
Yeah, we talked about.
I'll give it to you for experience.
We talked about some paranormal shit with Aaron Bernard. That was fun.
And he was also part of our chalkboard in the top 5 wrestlers of all time.
Yeah,
made a
yeah.
compelling argument for Mick Foley.
Of course.
Yeah.
Man, Mick Foley. Anyway, I would like to thank anybody who's ever listened or participated in the show, anybody who's given feedback, anybody who has genuinely enjoyed anything that we've talked
Your
about.
cousin who has given probably the most feedback out of anybody.
More than
It's him and
likely,
Holder.
yeah, I would have to agree
Lionel
with that.
Clark, thank
Yeah.
you very much. We greatly appreciate you listening.
Yeah, as long as like one person's listening,
Him and Holder both
Yeah.
have been.
Yeah,
That's
that one
all that
guy in
matters.
Poland.
the
Yeah,
one person, the
Who was
one
probably
person
just
in
using
Poland.
a VPN, to be quite honest.
Yeah. That's
but
fair, that's
it's
fair.
a funny joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you cared about anything that I or anybody else on this panel of judges have said over the course of the past 5 years, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like, there's no, like, one of my favorite things to do is introduce something to somebody, be it like a movie, a band, a song, or something like that, a book, and have them go like, oh man, I really enjoyed this. Like, I want to like either explore this more, or like, man, like that's one of my favorite things. So anytime anybody's ever said like, oh, I wasn't interested in this thing and now you are, like, that really is one of my favorite things to do. So anybody who's ever like taken anything that we've said and been like, oh, well, I didn't know anything about that, but let me try it, and then they tried it and they liked it.
Right.
If you didn't like it, fuck you, burn in hell. But otherwise, but if you liked it, that's awesome.
I want that to be a button. That's got to be a button.
That's a good button.
Oh,
I like
it's
that.
already a button.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
already
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
made
we
a
have
button.
several buttons that kind of come near that. Just some classic buttons.
Ned the Head.
That's a good one.
I like the one from was it from your ears to God's lips or whatever?
yeah.
You mean
Your lips to God's ears.
From your
there
lips
we
to
go.
God's ears.
There you go. My first button was I've never said anything funny.
Yeah, that's very
Which
true.
is held up until to this
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
This one's just funny,
I know Lumpy.
which has a weird like squeaky
Yeah.
toy
Yeah.
thing going on, in it, which I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I
I don't know
remember that one.
But no, I think the best one, if we're going to go in that spirit, is definitely going to be this one, which was said about one Henry Kissinger.
It can't offend anybody. He's dead.
Yeah.
I like
There
that
you
one
go.
too.
That-
but
that is a
fucking
classic.
I will
Kissinger.
reiterate that what Brady said like 2 minutes ago. I want that to be a button. I think
Okay,
that's
well,
pretty
thank
funny.
God you repeated it. So now
I will. I will
We
continue
also-
to repeat myself until it becomes a button.
We also want to, bring up the almost show every show tradition of stepping on someone's joke,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's true.
making them
Yes.
have to explain it, and thus making it not funny.
Also,
That
I will say, like, there's something that the audience, all two of you, never get to hear, and that's something that Jay does every time, almost every time, except for this one because he was the host. Would be let's just say Ethan's hosting, and Jay would go, "Okay, before we start going to record, do you have a bit?"
Yeah.
So I could step on it?
Yeah.
Because that's basically what would happen. If he wouldn't step on
This
it,
allows
I
me.
would.
This allows me to plan on the stepping
Oh,
rather
yeah,
than
yeah,
just
yeah.
randomly stepping on the.
Do you have a
bit.
bit? And every one of us go, no. And then immediately go into a bit.
And of course, the greatest button we ever created.
Speed 2.
Oh, that's
That
right.
was Speed
That-
2.
So here's the funny thing about Speed 2, right? So when I made
was
that,
going to be the one you chose.
when I made that joke, I didn't know it was a joke. And here's
Those
the
are the
thing,
best.
Ethan.
Wait. Why explain? Let's just show them.
Someone made like a rip-off movie, and it was like it's Speed, but on a boat.
Speed 2.
Oh, that's
That
right.
was Speed
That was
2.
Speed. So
That was
Ethan,
Speed 2.
I said boat and Speed 2, but it's not a boat. It's a fucking cruise line ship, and it moves at
So-
30 miles an hour.
So, a boat.
But I didn't know what kind of boat it was. I thought at least it was a faster boat. It's not a boat. It's a Carnival Cruise Line ship.
A boat.
A really, really big, slow boat
You said it. A boat.
with Willem Dafoe.
Yes.
I still haven't
Yes, it
watched
is.
it.
It was weird when he said, "Avenge me, Harry." It was strange.
just like that.
It's very strange.
I prefer Willem to friend myself, but
No, I still prefer Willem Dafoe.
Boondock Saints.
There you go. That's a movie.
That is a movie.
That's probably
That's a
something
movie
we should do one day
that does
in the
not hold
future.
up.
No, it doesn't.
It does not hold up
That's
at
a
all.
movie that is awesome in your 20s,
Yeah.
and then you watch it again, you're like, oh.
I'll tell you what also doesn't hold up. Boondock Saints 2.
Ooh, Boondock
All
Saints.
Saints Day.
Boondock Saints 2 didn't hold up in
At the
theaters.
time.
In theaters. I watched that movie in theaters and
Yeah.
I was like, man.
You do not wait
This is
10 years
bad.
to make a sequel.
or you do, but you gotta really bring your A game.
you gotta bring your A game.
And he did not.
No.
He did not.
No. All right. Well, out with a whimper.
Yeah.
Yep, pretty
I
much.
mean, like normal.
Yeah, there you go. That's the way it is. Ladies and gentlemen, again, for 200 episodes prior and for however many episodes
I
going
think you're gonna
forward.
get like 2 episodes out of this shit.
Yeah, probably.
We might get 200, 200.
Well, it is.
One
It
and the
is.
same one.
It
It's
is
gonna
a
be
200 episode.
200A.
No, I like 200A.
This
yeah.
is almost like back to the old days where we started recording at like 9 and
Nine.
got done at like 1.
One in the
Because we
morning.
started at
Yeah.
like 6:30.
I remember the first time we ran over.
We started at 7.
I remember
we started at
we
7,
also
okay.
took a
That's not
30-minute
bad.
break.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
that is
bad.
very true.
I remember the first time we ran over an hour and a half, and I suggested, this is before we started doing the rest stops or whatever, and I suggested to Jay, why don't we just do parts 1 and 2? He goes, I refuse. We will never do a parts 1 and 2. Rest stop,
He was so
though.
against it, he used to like keep the recording going.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
There you go.
I think our record has to be like 3.5 or 4 hours on one show.
After
Yeah.
editing, our longest episode was 3 hours and 12 because there was a weird upload glitch that I had with Spotify that I had to cut it down. To my knowledge, there isn't. It doesn't approach the limit.
Sure.
I don't know if it was my internet connection or what was going on, but I had to get it cut down.
Right.
And so it's like, let me snip some things here and there,
Sure.
like some more things rather here and there.
Right.
And there was that there. I prefer the rest stop thing because instead of having the part 1 and 2, you have the
You have a
main
side
story,
story. You have a
and then you have the side story that comes out of that. And so once again, another theme of the just running out of time to do anything else, but we keep going, baby. That's the way it is.
We haven't said this. We need to say this. Like
Okay.
also, like Jay is like really the driving force of this. He's kind of the one who keeps us like. We probably wouldn't keep doing this without him, and that's
that's 100% accurate.
That's taking out.
That's
even
100% accurate.
He's the one who has the equipment.
That's also true.
If something ever happened to me, the equipment would go to y'all, and then you figure out how to keep it going. If you do.
And then it would be like fucking the beginning of 2001: A Space Odyssey, where we're like hitting things to try and figure it out.
Yeah, for sure.
We need like a monolith thing to come and like give us the knowledge.
Jason, show us how this works.
Because none of us want to deal with it.
I know how to
He
use.
also edits all the things, so like that wouldn't get done.
I know how to use Ableton Live. I don't want to even get close to that thing.
So
The Rodecaster Pro 2 by Rode, a fantastic service, not a plug, is very intuitive and can be learned.
I'm not saying we couldn't do it.
So-
I'm just saying that like
About an hour's worth. You're running it fine.
That's an hour I don't have.
Yeah.
there was a time where Jay's laptop just
Died.
exploded, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he came over to my house and used my computer. I still have all the editing software on it. I
Nice.
just haven't had the time. I just
Would you use Audacity?
You got
Audacity
something
is for
going
the
on.
edit.
Don't have any time. What's going on, huh?
I don't know. I just never kind of like deleted or anything like that. So we have an out.
I will go even further. That software is still on there. The same hardware that was in that computer isn't in there anymore. Like
Yeah.
just upgraded whole swaths of shit.
Nice.
There you go.
Well, we should probably start wrapping it up.
Yeah, and this about 30 minutes ago. No, it's been, like I said, it's been a joy. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for being passengers on the bus. This has been, again, 200. 201 will be the next one, whenever that may be.
Yeah.
But we definitely want to keep.
I think it's safe to say and if you want to cut this, it's fine. We're probably not going to do like weekly stuff because again, like we are all like either stressed from like work or
life has
there's a lot of
stretched us
things
into new
extra
hours and
life
time.
stuff.
extra
Yeah.
human beings
Yeah.
have been created.
Yes.
Yeah. Also, like the 5 years of grinding out episodes every
Yes.
week and trying to come up with topics every week at the end of a show or whatever.
It can be very stressful.
Not to say that we won't have a stint where we record weekly for a little bit. It might happen, but I agree with Brady that like every 2-3 weeks or something, or maybe once a month, depending on what happens, you know.
Shoot for just one every once in a while at the very least. You know,
Yeah.
on a semi-regular basis, I guess.
It's just the part of being human. That's a Shinedown
That is
song.
a Shinedown song.
There you go.
You could be lying right now. I wouldn't know.
They played that at the concert that you left.
No,
Nice.
I didn't leave. I
He
saw
didn't-
Coheed
he-
and Cambria.
He went to
and
his Coheed and Cambria
I went
concert.
to my Coheed and Cambria. I got the shirt and then I left.
Yeah.
And guess what? It took me 2 minutes to leave.
It took severely longer for the other people to leave.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Well, no, because there's also road work going on 90.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh, it's massacre. It's a massacre out there.
So yeah, I saw my concert. I don't know what
There you
you're
go.
talking about, sir.
Well, hey, I saw 2 good concerts.
Nice.
I was good. We need to like if Coheed ever comes to like New Orleans or anything like that, we need to go. I think you would like seeing them, just them.
I
'Cause
would like to watch them where I'm not getting flash banged by their lights.
Yeah. Okay. I was on the side, so I didn't get that.
No. I was staring directly at them.
Directly into
damn.
the sun the whole time.
Every 2 seconds, I
But
counted.
there's a lot
I
of
had
little
to blink
things.
so I can keep my eyes.
There's a lot of little extra things, and of course they have like a whole like encore and everything that they do, and it's different with being there with like people who are there to just see Coheed and Cambria
I can imagine.
because they're like parts that the audience does and things like audience participation and
Yeah.
things like that. That's really cool.
Nice.
Although we would be getting sit down seats. I'm not standing at a concert ever
Yeah.
again.
I'm down.
I'm too old for the fucking mosh pit.
I'm down.
But I can usually get because I'm signed up through them. I can get tickets early and everything like that.
Nice.
Like at the House of Blues, I think probably for me. But I just love.
I've had bad
I love,
experiences at the House of Blues
Mm.
because I went and watched. This is going to be a tangent, but fuck it. I went and saw
that's part of the job.
Rise Against there.
Okay.
And it was great.
Ooh.
We
That's
went up,
interesting.
We went upstairs, and the way it is upstairs is they have the railing for like the plebs to stand, and then the people, and then there is a whole below that there's a whole like 4 rows of seats for people who did VIP, and it goes all the way around.
right.
And it was good because we got one we were able to stand right next to the railing and everything, and it was all good until when Rise Against came out. The people in front of the people who were sitting down and could easily watch them, they decided they were going to stand up and hang over the
Okay.
railing
Yeah.
so that
So you couldn't see shit.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I've had the one concert I've had at the House of Blues, the Fillmore, which is what they usually go to, is very good. Because it's a central located, it's right there on Canal.
Mm-hmm.
And it's connected to the was it Harrah's there?
Yeah. Yeah. The Fillmore's a great.
The
location,
Fillmore's
too, so, yeah.
usually pretty good, and they have seating in the back, but I think they have seating on the side too. But yeah, that's my tangent.
There you
Tangent
go.
over.
I saw one band at the House of Blues, and it was in the 90s, and it was against my will because I don't like Placebo. But
Oh, I thought the band's name was Against My Will.
I like one Placebo song.
it was a standing room only situation. So we were just standing for 2.5 hours.
There you go.
Every song he would get a different guitar tune. They were all tuned differently, so he would have a different.
Yeah, that does.
I was
sound
like, man,
terrible.
that's some fucking pretentious shit right there.
I've never been to New Orleans.
What?
Seriously?
Like New
What?
Orleans?
You've never been to New Orleans? No
200 episodes in, and we're just now finding this shit out.
any part of New Orleans?
Have you ever had a
You've
beignet?
never been to the fucking zoo,
This motherfucker never had a
the
beignet.
aquarium?
No.
Have you ever had a po' boy?
No.
Jeez.
I thought every school eventually takes a fucking field trip to
New Orleans?
in Mississippi, in this area in South
To New
Mississippi
Orleans.
to
Yeah.
New Orleans.
Middle schools typically do a field trip to New Orleans.
Did you not go to middle school?
I was in Alabama for my middle school years.
Oh.
This motherfucker was in Alabama?
You lived in Alabama?
Yes.
Just learning all kinds of new things today.
Damn.
You've never been to New Orleans.
That's
Child of divorce, moved all over the place.
That doesn't explain the fucking not been to New Orleans part.
it's literally
Just
right
happens.
over there.
Just
If you
haven't.
sneeze hard enough from where you're sitting, you'll end up in New Orleans.
It's an hour and a half from here, and it's
Yeah.
boom, right
Again,
there.
Just haven't.
That's crazy.
How many times have you been to Hattiesburg?
A couple times.
A couple times.
That it's about
Well, if you've been on Hardy Street, that's pretty much New Orleans.
It's
No,
about
no,
the same
no,
distance as
no,
what I'm
no.
getting at.
the traffic's about bad as New Orleans.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole different.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's I would not.
I don't know how to end this episode now. Like
Yeah, I
that's
wouldn't.
such a poignant piece of information that
I
it
think
has fucked my
in
worldview.
1995 I went to New Orleans 20 times.
I just remember in multiple grades, and I didn't grow up on the coast.
Yeah.
I grew up near fucking Hattiesburg, and at least 3 times.
Yeah.
we went to either the zoo or the aquarium.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Huh.
That's crazy.
The
think
more
we-
you know.
I think we have another future episode idea that just magically just appeared in front of us.
An actual field trip.
Yeah, an actual field
an
trip.
actual field trip.
through-
I mean,
that
we-
shit costs money. Gee,
Yeah.
we gotta
We did that one time. We went to Pensacola and ate at Po Folks.
That is true.
we
Though,
did
that
that.
wasn't
wasn't
the
for the
only.
show.
That wasn't the only, but it became
No.
part of the show.
No,
yeah, that was
Yeah.
yeah.
I loved that. I loved that on the country vegetables section of it. It was like macaroni
and cheese,
was on there.
yeah.
That was great.
Yeah.
Okay, before we recite our entire histories
Sure.
as an oral transcript,
Yeah,
ladies
yeah.
and gentlemen, once more time around the room, my name is James McCarthy.
I'm Bray Davis.
I'm Jody Kite.
I'm Ethan Skinner.
We have been Travelers on the Omnibus. Thank you for stopping by and enjoying the ride until episode 201.
Po folks had shutters nailed to the walls.
Yeah. Po folks is the idea of somebody who's never lived in the South's idea of people in the South.
And and they're in Florida.
I don't know if you saw it, but Cam Sandwich on YouTube did a 11-hour video where he tried to create a character in Fatal.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I started watching it because it's like, okay, this is a
I was
novelty.
like, I am never going to watch this.
I started again as a novelty. I started watching today. I'm like, Cam's good. I like Cam.
You know,
he cannot hold that. He doesn't.
There's one thing that doesn't surprise me on this show after doing it for 5 years, but it took a while. Anytime they mention any fucking YouTuber, most of us know who the fuck they're talking about. And here's the thing. Yeah, you shouldn't. You shouldn't know who Cam Sandwich is. I fucking know, though. Do you know why I know? Because of the fucking joke-ass fucking, what was the name of that game that it's impossible to play, that takes 18 years?
Oh, the campaign for North Africa.
Yeah, he
Campaign for
did
North
that.
Africa.
And that came in my algorithm, and I watched that. And then I watched every video he ever did.
Yeah.
Because
that
that
has ever done.
Yeah.
And is continuing to produce.
Cam Sandwich.
Yeah.
He's great. He shouldn't be entertaining. He's just a dude in glasses with a cap.
Yeah.
But he's entertaining.
Yeah.
And on that note,
It's a trucker hat. The
It's a
the cap of caps.
it's a trucker hat.
Yeah.
Caps.
Yeah.
I had a trucker hat phase.
There you go. What's this button?
Hey,
Oh, no, we're going to the wrong time.
Cathode ray guy.